Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight on this Jarvis's Corner, I have Stu Wally and Mark Langridge, and we have a special guest coming on, Strasbourg, Steve. He's a Newcastle fan, and we are going to talk a little bit about Newcastle. He will tell us and break down the situation from the Newcastle perspective, so I think that will be interesting. On the news front, there are some updates. I want to talk about Laurie Whitwell and talking about the third midfielder, and he said that I've been kind of asking questions around this. It's come to the fore that they're still debating whether the next target will be in terms of position, and there's no guarantees that there will be a third midfielder. Perhaps a view on how Mason Mount has been doing preseason. So basically, what he's saying that Man United are actually considering not bringing in a third midfielder at the moment. So the headline of the show is Outrage. And I believe Man United are making a huge mistake trusting Mason Mount to be that guy. He's been injured now for 3 seasons, and for me, it's a disaster for us doing something like that. So, guys, we will have the debate. Also, there are some updates on Lewis Hall, and Alex Crook came in and say an offer in the region of 60 million would test Newcastle's resolve to keep Lewis Hall. So we are trying to test the waters with a bid of 60 million. Apparently, nothing in yet, so we will see how Man United will land on this. I see a lot of people have tuned in already. Guys, do us a favor, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. Mark, I, and Stu will be back after the short intro, and Strasbourg Steel will be joining us in about 30 minutes. So do us a favor, smash the like, and we will be back after the short intro. Yes. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. It's Jarvis's Corner. It's Monday night. It's time to have a proper footballing debate, talking about the latest of Man United. And I'm so glad we have a full panel. Mark is back from his holiday. And yes, tonight we are going to talk about all Man United as usual. I see a lot of people have tuned in already. I just want to mention we have Tom Porter, we have Blank, we have Gas Elliott, we have Rob Always United, Yalim Alamin, Stephanie Griffith coming in. Big up Jarvis, Stu, and the Devilish Tacticos. Big up Stephanie, I hope you well. We have King Carrick coming in. Let's see. Let me just scroll down. Tyrone Williams, Neil Davis is in the house. So many of you have tuned in already. Das is here. Guys, please do us a favor, smash the like, and let's get those likes up in early. So, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome, Stu. Welcome, Mark. I want to go to Mark first and ask him, how was your holiday? Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, he's on mute.
Obviously, the brain's still on holiday. No, holiday was great. I needed a reset. I was just saying to Stu before we went live, been going at it constantly since November. So after the piss poor Argentina-England game, didn't do a review of it because we all knew it was going to be negative, and that was it. Just took break, worked on the channel, which will relaunch tomorrow night. So everyone in the chat, make sure you subscribe. It will be a relaunch tomorrow night properly. And looking forward to doing my first full season of it. Yeah. Obviously, I only started in November. Big thank you to everyone that came over. I gained 100 subscribers just in the World Cup alone. Like almost 75% new subscribers was ridiculous through that period of time. Holiday, cruise, Spain, France.
Wow.
Not long enough. Wow. It's got sunburnt across right here from the jacuzzi.
Okay, yeah.
So done the face but didn't do the chest, which is the norm. So yeah, no, really good, and looking forward to getting back into it. Not that much has happened, as we always expected that to be the case, but it's the hope that kills you, right?
It is. I'm glad you had a good time on the cruise. Stu Woolley, how are you doing, my friend? And you have you had your holiday yet, or
No,
waiting?
we're still debating on what to do and where to go. So I don't know. I've got a lot coming up in terms of work. I'll be working away a bit, as you know. So I don't know what we're going to do. We'll probably just get some hop over to Italy, I would imagine. This is our favourite place.
I'm going to Italy in 3 weeks' time. Sorrento, Napoli, Naples. Hopefully that will be it.
So we'll probably
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we'll probably end up in Florence, I would imagine.
Ooh, Florence. I've never been there, so look.
Florence is stunning. Yeah,
it's on my bucket
we'll see
list.
Jarvis praying at the altar of Maradona in Naples. So,
yes, that's why he's going.
As soon as he said it, I was just thinking of the building.
It's the only reason he's going.
Armando.
Yeah.
So guys, let's just get into it. As I know, a lot of people have tuned in, so we are here for the football. So while we wait for Steve, Strasbourg Steve, to join us, so we can have the Newcastle debate, because I want to know what's Newcastle stance on this Lewis Hall thing. We know we have been trying to negotiate the price, and we haven't even put in a bid yet. There were some talks today from Alex Crook and Laurie Whitwell talked about the region of £60 million as an opening bid. So we'll see where that lands. And also I want to know more about the Newcastle situation. Are they falling apart at the moment? They're losing a lot of players, looking like Bruno G is going to Arsenal. We heard rumors about Joe Linton going to Saudi. And, they have a new manager, but they have also brought in a bunch of new players. So, 2 goalkeepers, midfielders, wingers, who knows, So again, are we seeing a rebuild and a new start for Newcastle? So this will be questions that we will answer a little bit later in the show. But first of all, the main topic of the evening is Laurie Whitwell and his report on Tottenham Devils. No, Top Devils. What's the name of the show? Talk of the Devils. Talk of the Devils. Thank you, Stu, always helping me out. So this is the report. Let me just remove that comment. This is the report saying that on the third midfielder and what United need before the end of the window. I've been kind of asking questions around this. It's the more it's come to the 4 that they're still debating. What the next target will be in terms of position, and there's no guarantee that there will be a third midfielder, perhaps with a view on how Mason Mount has been doing in pre-season. So for me, we covered this a little bit yesterday, and I want to have Mark's take on it also. But for me, I think it's outrageous that we can go into the season trusting Mason Mount to be that third midfielder, the guy who can control. Let's say we have an injury on Kobe Mainu, then we have to rely on Tielemans and Anthony Santos to play almost all the games and have Mason Mount coming in rotating. So we could end up with a shambles of a midfield. So for me, I don't think it's a good choice. I heard 5 minutes on Mark Aldridge. He compared it to, let's go 5 years ago. Let's go into the season. Let's not buy another centre back. Let's go into the season with Phil Jones. So again, I feel it's a very good comparison when it comes to this. So first of all, I want to have Stu's take on this, and then we can go to Mark.
First thing I would say is I would check the source. Because Laurie Whitwell can't have written it because he's spelt 4 wrong. He's got completely the wrong meaning of 4. F-O-R-E is what he means, not F-O-U-R. Come to the 4 means it's coming to an end. It's coming towards the end of something. So absolutely abysmal journalism for a start. Couple of things really. Whatever we think about Mason Mount from the past, whatever we think about Mason Mount in the future, Mason Mount for the last 6 games that he's played for Manchester United has turned up. Absolutely zero arguments about that. Can we trust him to stay fit? Who knows? Does he know his body at last? I don't know. But he's actually turned up in the last couple of games. And people talk about where it's a friendly match, etc., etc., etc. But Mason Mount's the type of player that needs a friendly in him because he's had such a stop-start 3 years with us. It's been unacceptable. There has been times on this channel where I've pulled my hair out with him and I made it abundantly clear he should not be wearing the number 7 shirts. And I still maintain he should not be wearing the number 7 shirts. He's not. He's just not in the pantheon of greats. Will never be in the pantheon of greats. But is he a big risk? Well, actually, yes and no. And that's quite ridiculous to say yes and no, because we all know Mason Mount under Frank Lampard, the quality that he possessed, his on-ball play, his short game, his long game, his goal-scoring attributes. He was as close to Frank Lampard in terms of what he did on the pitch that Chelsea have seen since Frank Lampard. And then it all goes to pieces. It all went to pieces for him. Lampard was removed. He, by the way, was playing for England at that time at a decent level. It then all went wrong.
Player of the seasons.
That's right.
Derby and then Chelsea.
Yes, it then all went wrong for him, didn't it? Lampard was removed, etc. And we've seen for the last 5 seasons, I think I'm right in saying 3 for us and 2 for Chelsea. It was abysmal. And at that particular time, he definitely needed a new challenge. And we thought we were buying a Mason Mount out of, you're quite right, I forgot he was at Derby for that bit under Lampard, Derby and Chelsea, where he was back-to-back player of the season. Now we're seeing a little bit of what Mason Mount can offer. Now, people won't agree with me and they won't like it. But from a pure footballing perspective and point of view, he has delivered in pre-season and he delivered the back end of last season. But the big question is, can he deliver on against Hull on the 22nd if he starts? Or are we looking at Mainu maybe? Are we looking at Tielemans? Are we looking at Santos? Are we looking at Mount? Are we looking at Fernandes? And that's going to be an interesting conundrum that's providing we get nobody else for Carrick to unfold on what's the best trio that's going to give our attacking 3 the best service. And that's how we've got to look at it, and that's how I've got to look at it. So the Santos-Mount combination has worked extremely well, better than any of us would have thought. Mount's possession has been well. He hasn't lost possession in stupid places. His work rate is more measured from what I've seen. He looks a more measured player, i.e. he's not sprinting around like a headless chicken anymore. He's using the ball well, and he's got into great position. So my overall feeling is this. If it isn't Tchouaméni, then I don't think it's anybody. Because we've all been on this channel and said, there are deals out there that you can do. Sanderberg being one. You could do that deal within 24, 48 hours. You could.
I even saw reports today talking about that Fulham would be willing to listen to a bid of 40 million pounds. No huge bid, no tier 1 sources, but again, the 40 million pound price tag is what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
you did. So you could do that tomorrow, that deal. You know that, and I know that. Mark knows that. Devilish Tacticos know it. You could do Kone very easy, in my opinion. It looks like, lads, you could do Guimaraes very easy now. I think now that Arsenal put that bid in, that seems to be there as well on the table. So I just have the opinion, Jarvis, it's not Tchouaméni. I think we go with Mount. But I'm on the fence with it, everybody. I'm struggling with it because if he has a brilliant 6 games and then he goes out with a muscle injury of some description, a knee injury, and we miss him for 6 games, then it's going to be a long old slog potentially till January. And you're not going to get the midfielder you want in January. So that's my observation. But I do honestly believe this. We've got to give him a little bit of credit, Mason Mount, for what he's delivered so far.
Yeah, but it's no one is criticizing Mason Mount as a player. I think this is 100% clear. I think he's a good player in there.
Yeah.
What we're not liking at the moment is the uncertainty going in and trusting an injury-prone player. And we know Ineos is willing to take the risks. They did it last season. We didn't sign Baleba. We went into the season with Bruno Fernandes, and we know his defensive abilities hurt us in the first half of the season, him playing as the number 8. And if let's say we have an injury of one of the other 3, and we have to rely on Mason Mount every other game, we know we will struggle defensively because of it. Because the Premier League is something else than friendlies against the Atletico Madrid's youth team.
Well, this is where
for me, I'm actually really seriously concerned if this is the thinking of Ineos and the footballing structure, because it's not taking care of the best interest of the club and us going forward. It's like you just putting a big X over the season because you're not even really serious. No serious club does something like this. That's just my take.
Yeah, but this is where Mainoo's got to step up as well, hasn't he? So Mainoo's not reported back yet for pre-season training. So
Mainoo is injury prone too. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's still off.
Injuries.
Yeah, he's still off, isn't he? So he hasn't come back yet. Bruno and Cunha and that turned back up today, Mazzari and Dallo. So Mainoo's not come back yet. He's still on holiday. Hardly played. I don't know where his head's at. He might be miffed that he hasn't played. I just don't know where his head's at the moment. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
But again, and I've said this before about players, come in and make yourself indispensable. I'd love to see Mainoo come in and make himself indispensable. Could he play alongside Santos?
Excuse me for 2 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
I will be back.
Yeah. Could he play alongside Santos? And he played deeper out the 2. Could he work with Yuri Tielemans and play the deeper out the 2? Although Tielemans is quite good as a 6. Or don't you play Mainoo and do you play Tielemans, Santos, and Bruno? And there lies the problem that we've got. So I get the injury-prone side of it, I really do, and I think that is a problem. But he might just surprise people this season.
What you mean, like Luke Shaw did last year?
Yeah, exactly. No, see, Mark, that's the point. That's the point about football, isn't it?
I do get worried. Obviously, there's a reason I started my channel, because I have to listen to so many other people just talking shit. But Luke Shaw, he played 38 games, and every single one of those 38 games, we were asking ourselves, is today the day he gets injured?
We were. Right. That's a fair comment.
Right. So we spent 50 million on a medical facility, on the training ground. Medical being the main part, we sent it on MRI scanners, recovery chambers, upgrading everything Ronaldo said was poor. We upgraded, right? And we seem to have seen the benefit of it. Now, Mason Mount, yes, has been injured, has been piss poor, but he's still 4th choice.
Yeah.
Right? We have said many a time, if we had the perfect transfer window, the 4th choice would be some 18, 19-year-old would bring in. So, guys, you've got to stop thinking that, oh, God, we've got to play Mason Mount. No, we've got 3 midfielders in front of him. And then Bruno that can drop back. But right now, he's doing the job. Saying he was playing against Atletico Madrid's youth team, not entirely true, was it? First half was not their youth team. It was
no.
It was much first team as what we put out. So
yeah, he put up a good show.
I hate stuff like that. Wrexham, physical game. That's the championship team, was a week ahead of us and have beaten other teams in the Premier League in their pre-season. Rosenborg was not a friendly. I watched that game all the way through. Tell you what, they were kicking us from behind as we're running away. Do you know what I mean? It weren't played in any friendly spirit. So he's getting through some games, and it's harder if you're used to being injured to play pre-season than anything. You want to get 10 games, and you feel like after I've got that 5-10 game, great. I haven't picked up a knock. I'm okay. I can keep going. But he's going to just jump in for 10 minutes at the end of a game. That's all it's going to be. So we don't really need to worry about who the 3rd midfielder is. And I do remember saying 3rd midfielder will be the last signing. And you said it as well. That will be the last signing we make.
Yeah.
Always has been. and we have always been pretty spot on with what we've said on the channel. We'll buy 2 that we need. We'll look at a left back. Whether Rashford goes will generate us a striker or the third midfielder. And let's be honest, now we need to forget about the striker and go, we need a centre-back. You said we've been needing a centre-back for a while, but Martinez getting injured in the final. No De Ligt. Okay, Heaven, Euro, everyone doing good jobs. Euro's playing well at right back, which gives us the opportunity to develop him more as a right-sided centre-back of 3 if we want to change that formation. Third midfielder's not coming, and that's what did I say the other day while I was still on holidays? You guys, I went, it's the Marquee. It's the biggest and best deal they're due. So that Lewis Hall to me, I was the player I said we'd sign after the 2 midfielders. I could be correct. And then we got to sell Rashford somehow to get more money in. And then that's, as you say, Stu, that's your 20, 30 million over 5 years to pay for whatever you need to pay for that superstar.
You save the money big time with him. That's why I say you can get rid of him for 10 million and it won't matter. It won't affect you moving forward. Holding out for 40 million for Rashford's just dumb. And if you don't sell him, though, I think we've got a great bench player. I agree with you about Mason Mount. I don't think he does start. I never have said he would start. But I think he offers us something different we've not had recently. And the best thing about Mount is you can play him as an 8 or a 10. Depending on the way the game pans out during the game and the way that he wants to play at that particular time. So, really interesting.
And are they gambling that Fletcher can make it because he went to the World Cup? This is stupid Americans and stupid businessmen going, oh, Fletcher went to the World Cup with, Scotland.
No,
could he break through? Could he be the next McTominay? Are they stupid enough to think that way? Probably.
I don't think so. We've got some super chats. We've got 3.
Yes. We have a lot of super chats. We have Tom Porter also gifted some. Yes. Let's do the gifted. There
you go. We've done it again. I'll do it. I'll press the button. The button is pressed.
I or you, the producer of the show.
It's always the same, isn't it? It's always the same. Yes, I'm going to get the green one out for everybody.
I'll wear this one. So thank you, Tom Porter, coming in with 10 jewels. It's a gold coin. Thank you so much, Tom. And the first super chat is coming in from Blank 9261, a $5 super chat saying, how reliable is this news? If we are dependent on Mount to be a third midfielder when Sander Berge is right there, then we are an absolute joke. Ineos out if true. So yeah, I think that's a good sum up of the situation. It's reliable. It's Laurie Whitwell, but going with the IT case this summer, they don't know jack shit. It's a guess game most of the time. So for me,
I just don't see how we could be in for Sander Berge because it'd be a United player by now.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the thing. We would have signed him a long time ago. He's right there. And now they have a new manager at Fulham. They've just signed a midfielder from Real Madrid. Today it was confirmed.
They have.
Yeah. So again, maybe we are signing. Maybe we are just waiting for that confirmation that the midfielder of Fulham, although he's more of a offensive midfielder,
he's more offensive.
So
maybe you're waiting for him to come back off his holidays.
No, he should be back now.
Must have been back now.
He's 1 week ahead of Bruno Fernandes, isn't he? They went out the thing, so that was 1 week later that game. And he played us, Portugal, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I think Fernandes had a bit longer, didn't he? That's 3 off, didn't he? 2-3 weeks.
But talking about the how reliable the source is, Laurie Whitwell, The Athletic, is one of the most reliable sources when it comes to football.
Yeah.
50%.
He's definitely got an intern that's written that for him, by the way.
I reckon it's an extract from the show. I've taken it from the transcribe. And
it's poor. It's poor, whatever. Yeah. Blank again with $5, and he's come in again and said Ineos think relying on an overpaid, overrated, injury-prone passion merchant who performed against Atletico's C team and youth is logical. He didn't perform against Atletico's C team. If you kind of watch the first half, they played probably about half their first team as what we did. So he didn't perform against their C team at all. You can't. I'm quite amazed that people are dissing beating Athletic Madrid. I can't quite get my head around it. I can't get my head around that. People.
Well, it's obviously not their strongest team.
Yeah, but it wasn't
obviously. But we didn't have our strongest team. But again, it's a friendly, and I don't feel too much into a friendly. It's not, it's nowhere near the same intensity as the Premier League. When the tough gets going. We have seen Andreas Pereira being fucking Maradona and Messi in preseasons, and that's why I don't trust it. It's a televised training session. So what you're saying, he has had a good training session.
So Jarvis, hang on, because I've been on holiday. I've been watching this. So does that mean that just from that opinion, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. You've said absolutely nothing positive about Shea Lacey.
Well,
playing against the same players. He's playing against the same players, so you judge him to the same standard. So if he's playing against their C team, bear in mind United's under 18s and 21s played Real Madrid and people like that quite regularly in Europe. So Shea Lacey scored, and it was a shit goal because it was against their C team.
I think it's very true, Mark, and you are right to point it out. But I still believe that we can't overhype the youth just because they have had a couple of good performances in televised training sessions. It's preseason, and a lot of these youth players they have been waiting for this moment. They know the preseason friendlies are their moment to shine. So they haven't been laying on the lazy side this summer. They have probably been doubling up their training and being at their peak right now, just to be in the shopping window for the manager and the world to prove to everybody that they are good enough. So people gotta take it with a pinch of salt. It's not the same as being in the league. So
I get that, but I'm just saying Euro, Heaven, they're first team players. We need. Because we have two injured centre backs, they've got to play. So they're playing with Mason Mount in front of them, and he was protecting them, making them look good because he was always available for them to pass to. So
all I'm saying is that the guys who are performing in these friendlies, they are doing good. You can only judge them on what's in front of them, obviously. But people have to take it with a pinch of salt. Be relaxed. They are young kids, most of them, and we can't read too much into it. Same goes to Santos, Cass. Yeah, he also had a good performance, but we don't know how he will perform on a regular level 2 times a week, playing Champions League and Premier League every 3rd or 4th day. Can he do it? I don't know.
Santos is telepathic. He was just always in the right place at the right time, intercepting passes. And you're like, this guy's either absolute diamond in the rough, going to be a world-class midfielder, or it's the speed of the game. And he like you said, he's got his foot fully to the floor because he wants to show what he can do to the fans, where everyone else is playing at half pace, but playing against him. But I don't think that was the case against Atletico because Simeone would not let them play slowly. Whether they're first choice, second choice, third choice, they were still performing dark arts throughout the game. Rosenborg were kicking lumps out of us. So so that's actually harder to play against than a game which is free flowing. Stu, you know that. Like you're watching your shoulder, you don't know where it's going to come from, or people aren't moving how you expect them to move. So sometimes it can be against. I've seen players who are great, horrendous at dribbling against people who aren't doing their jobs. But when they expect them to come at them at pace and defend, they go past them with ease. Football's a weird game to talented players, things like that. So I just think Mason Mount. Everyone keeps going, we're sticking with Mount for the 3rd. We were just saying why you're out. He's not. He's 4th choice. He could potentially be 5th choice.
Yeah. Unless he's played as an 8 and a 10, same as Bruno. Unless.
Well, that's what I think he's covered for. I think he's more the cover for Bruno. But then Shea Lacey's been stepping in, and keeps playing him in that 10 role.
He does.
Where he can go both ways, which is what Bruno can't do. Everything goes right. So
he does.
I don't know. I think we need to think that Carrick's cooking something different. And you mentioned about the press. I know it's a bit off topic, the press. But if he's getting the first choice players to do what they need to do, and he'll work with the players as and when they come back for the others. So this is what I want you to do when you play for me, and they go do it. And the ones who aren't necessarily starters, they're not doing it. And I've seen that done in pre-season because the result doesn't matter, as you said. It's about your performance. Are you doing what I told you to do? So,
that's a good take. But as I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Relax. It's pre-season. It's not the same tempo. People are not flying into tackles. They are not giving everything 110% into every duel, every situation. They don't run themselves to the ground in the friends. It's different tempo.
Yeah, but we didn't either. We didn't run ourselves into the ground, did we? We didn't play.
Well, you're not getting the point. My point is not about us or them. It's a different level. We are judging them on a different level.
The point. What I'm saying is, it's not. We didn't run as quickly as we can. We didn't pass as quickly as we're playing the same tempo.
And then how can we judge them on their performance?
Well, this is what we're here to talk about.
If everything is kind of, I'm not saying if everything is walking football.
Yeah, but hold on. Everybody's taking the piss out of Mount, right? We're here not defending him. We're here to say, and now all of a sudden we're changing our tune and saying we're playing. It's not the right tempo. So. We're conflicting. We're banging our heads against the brick wall then, because that we're not thinking, ahead on it. Because if Athletic Madrid played at a low tempo, we played at a low tempo. That's all I'm saying.
And it's hard. It's always very hard to know. I've been there. I've been told, and I've told people it's hard when another team doesn't turn up. You do lower your standards. You've got a choice. You either go fully at them and you batter them double figures. And I've seen that happen. Or you drop to their level and it becomes walking football because you are worried about a bad tackle or someone being a bit off the pace. And if you sprint past them and they're not as quick and they dive into a tackle, you get injured in pre-season. Mason Mount is glass. That is a prime example of pre-season football.
Or has been.
Well, yeah. And at the moment, you take it one game at a time. Oh, God, I sound like a Liverpool manager. But you take it one game at a time and you go, he's still fit. He's still fit. 38 games later, we're still saying, Luke Shaw's not missed a game. This would be 39 in a row when he turns up on Saturday.
Yeah. I just added Tyrone as an admin, guys. So
Tyrone. Good lad.
Listen to Tyrone when it comes to this. I will also give the admin to one of our panel members, Cass.
Oh, great.
So guys, behave. Cass is in the building.
Please behave.
Yeah. It's an interesting debate, but I wanna move it on because I think we are arguing in circles. We are not agreeing on this, obviously, and that's fair. That's fair.
That's kind of what I was getting at. We are going in circles on it because it's one of those where we're not going to know till the 22nd of August.
We will know then. Yes.
And I don't think he starts Mason Mount, by the way, on the 22nd of August. I don't think he does. I think he makes the bench, but I think he starts.
No, I don't know. But the thing is, can he be trusted? That's where I'm coming at when it comes to Mason Mount. I don't trust him. Let me bring up his injury record because I think this is interesting. Let's look at the hard facts, the numbers, so you can decide for yourself. I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to enhance it a little bit. So if we go by his United days, first season, 19th of August, he was out 38 days. First season, 111 days, 21 games missed. Still first season, 11 more days. And May, 13 days in the first season. So he missed about, I don't know, 160, 65 days, something. Second season, summer out with a hamstring injury, 33 days. Second season, still 36 days. Second season, 89 days. Then we are into preseason next summer. Third season, 20 days of a knock, 10 days, and 43 days. So in his first 3 seasons, he's been missing on average, I would say, 100 days each season. So is this a guy you want to rely on?
Count the games. 10 days, missed 2 games. 20 days, missed only 1 game.
Well, missing games, that's a coincidence. It's more about how many days you're injured. That's, okay. But okay.
Yeah, no, but if you've only played 1 game in 20 days, Jarvis, there was no game for him to play. So it's just a rolling thing. So the hamstring, we all know a hamstring, you're out for 6 months, aren't you, if you tear your hamstring, which is
Mark,
what
you can't sit there and in fully and meaning that you are going to defend this. Yes, a terrible
one
injury
game played
record.
in 20 days, Jarvis. It's right there in front of you. You have to read the games. Like 2 games in 10 days. Yeah, he's missed 2 games. He missed 1 game. Then he's available, and then we're not playing him. So there are choices there as well. That's what I'm trying to say. 20 games is too many. 36 days for a head injury. That's weird, right? Stu, head injury. Can you think of a head injury?
Ricky says we played 40 games last season, so yeah, it's hard to miss many games then.
Head injury is a tricky one. Do you know where it's all stemmed from, though, gents? It's if you go down, Jarvis, he had
he's got back injuries, same as thing.
Yeah, 2 pelvic
People
injuries.
talk about injuries and they don't know what they're talking about, Jarvis. I'm sorry,
it's the hips. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
he's
really
hurt his hips, and now it's had a knock on to his legs. Yeah. And this is what's wrong with Delit, and which has led to back surgery to solve all his hamstring and everything issues. Martinez is probably going to have the same issue if he continues to play because of his ACL. It'll put his lower hip out and affect his sciatic nerve.
If you look at him before that, he was injury free pretty much, wasn't he?
Well, he was never injured for Chelsea.
No, that's what I mean. Pelvic contusion and pelvic injury, that would have been the start of his downfall.
But you can only play the games that are available. And that's what I'm saying. So 11 games, 2 games. 11 days, but it's 2 games. You can add up all those days together. How many games has he missed and how many games are actually available to be played? It's the same amount.
Yeah, but you do agree, let's say if you're injured the last day before of the season and you're injured the whole summer and the 2 first games in August, then you miss 3 games, but you're out 3 months. So it's kind of a coincidence. But if you look at the patterns, we are looking at the patterns from the last 3 seasons, Mark. And
I'm just looking at the guy's got
on average, how many days is he injured? So if let's say if he hit his average this season, let's say he's injured 100 days, how many games he will miss? Kind of coincidence. It depends on when he gets injured, but that's something we can't control. But we can go by the average and what we most likely can expect.
But here's the key: he's never had a full preseason with us. He's never had a full preseason. This is his first full preseason from start to when we kick off in August the 22nd. His injury record from 22, it's his pelvic. It's his pelvic contusion.
It's obviously put him out of alignment, isn't it?
Yeah, morphed into, basically that's what's happened.
I was just counting I counted the Chelsea ones there.
His pelvic, he's moved his pelvis.
If you put that back up, he had 17 days injured for Chelsea. Right, 7, 4, 4, 1, 1. I don't think I did in the 2, yeah? So what's that? 7, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 days for all those Chelsea injuries. 15 games he missed, in how many days? That's what I'm talking about. You don't count the days, you count the games.
Okay.
Because Chelsea might have been playing 3 games a week at that point.
I mean, could we? And Mark mentioned, Jarvis, when you were off sorting the kids out, Could we? What's the possibility of Mount doing a Luke Shaw this season?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not be Mount playing FA Cup and Carabao
I'm
Cup?
not
Second
saying
string?
he can. I'm just
Stu,
saying.
are you a gambler?
Not
Yeah, we gambled
really.
on Luke
Would
Shaw
you
last
like to
year.
bet on that? You know, I said it last season. Would you like to bet?
100%.
Okay, you could have won a lot. I would have given you 10-1.
Yeah, 100% on the what do you call it? When we know what's happening in terms of bringing players in once the transfer window is over. But we all let's be honest, guy. We have to be honest now. We all sat here and said we can't rely on Luke Shaw this time last year to play a full season. And what did he do? He let's face it, he amazed us all, didn't he? All of us, every single one of us. And then we all joked about it. He's trying to get in the World Cup squad, so he's going to have a full season. So we all joked about it and laughed. But he actually played 38 games in the Premier League. Now, I don't know if Mason Mount could do that. I don't. I really don't. And to be honest, I'll bet we did, Jarvis, my old mate, because I think we should. But I don't think he'll do it. I really don't.
There's no call for him to play that many games.
Yeah, I think he'll do it.
Who's he going to keep out the team?
Yeah, but he might actually prove us wrong. I'm not saying he will. I just think he might.
But I'm being serious. Who's he going to keep out the team to do that? He's keeping Santos out, or is he keeping Kobe Mainoo out? Because for me, that's just starting to.
Great Sheridan.
guys, if Stu and Mark, if you were on the footballing decision-making side of Man United, you sat there, you know, in the locker room after a training session, debating on where to go next season and talking about which player we do need, and you know Mason Mount's injury history. Would you bet your job and the millions of pounds that we have put into this club and the millions of fans who are invested in this club, would you seriously?
Well, no.
Would
He's
you
had
seriously?
4 seasons.
But you can't bet any player on that, can you? Unfortunately.
Yeah. How many players have left the club and gone on to be superstars?
If you are footballing people, you would do what's in the best of the interest of the club, and I don't think it's the best interest of the club keeping Mason Mount on as the fourth choice.
But I'll fire that back to you
because I think it's a huge gamble, and we are just taking a risk, as we did last season. We took a risk on Luke Shaw, we took a risk on Bruno Fernandes, we took a risk on not bringing in Baleba. Save money, because it's a money saving exercise with Ineos and the Glazers, and this is what we have become, Man United. We are not
what money are we saving
on the
Jarvis?
footballing. What do you mean?
We can't sell him because, as you keep going on about, he's that injury prone. No one will buy him.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
He's on one of the highest wages. So where's the money saving exercise? We can't get rid of him. He's on big wages. So you have to play him. Would you run a business and have someone sat at home on big money and you bring someone else in to replace him? You have to try and play him.
We have been doing this with Man United. We have been doing this with Eric Bailly. We have been doing this with Marcos Rojo. We have been doing this with Phil Jones. We have been doing this with Luke Shaw. We have been doing this with so many players through the years. It's
until their contract runs out, Jarvis, you can't get rid of them.
It's become our business model. And for me, you know, it's insanity. And we keep repeating it over and over again.
Well, it was,
you know, the definition of insanity.
It is Ineos buy him.
But if Tchouaméni, for argument's sake, guys, is our third midfielder, right? And we can't get him, and it's either Tchouaméni or nothing, then it's going to be nothing. And I think we've all got to kind of get our heads around that.
And what's wrong with that, Stu? I don't see if Tchouaméni, you're looking to spend 120 million, you want us to go spend a load of that on someone who they don't rate as good. They don't see the potential in him.
Yeah, well, they're talking about Vinny Jr., right? They were talking about Vinny Jr. today, and they were saying that this week is pivotal for Vinny Jr. I don't necessarily believe it, but Real Madrid want to renew. Okay, they want to renew his contract, so he's probably playing Arsenal off against Real Madrid. Okay. So maybe he's doing that, but we all know he's likely to sign at Real Madrid, right? Although they're bringing in Diamande. Diamande, Vinny Jr. playing the same. I suppose he does play right, but he can play left, can't he?
Yeah.
So ultimately, there's a space either going to get filled or it won't get filled. Now,
well, the way I saw it and the way the Spanish papers see it is, having just been in Spain for over a week, Valverde is the one going. I said, what did I say to you about Tchouaméni? They had to make a choice.
Oh, so it's Valverde, is it?
Tchouaméni stays, Valverde goes, because bringing Diamonde in and they keep Vinicius Jr., it's an obvious replacement for Valverde. You don't keep two players who have a punch up. You don't run the chance of doing it again. You don't keep an injured player, but you can't sell him, so you have to. This is slightly different. Do you see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at. Sometimes you don't get a choice. We can be linked to a player who says he wants to sign for us.
Yeah.
So in that case, then I guess we're done with our midfield then.
Potentially, unless it's Camavinga. Which I don't.
I'm a little bit worried
Not
because of this. I'm very worried about this. Guys, you can agree with me or Mark or Stu. I appreciate the support, but for me, it's all about us as fans keeping the pressure up on the footballing people and Man United, because I don't. If we have any ambitions at all, we want to do well in the Champions League. We want to go in deep cup runs. We want to play many games. We want to see Man United. We want to go to Old Trafford. We want to be part of the journey next season.
Yeah.
And I don't want everything to be ruined because of injuries. Again, I've seen this movie so many times. And for me, I'm kind of disappointed because we all expected so much better this window. A footballing structure, footballing people coming in and actually doing the right things. And they are doing a lot of right things, good things. But again, I feel that we are stagnating again, if we are putting our bets on a injury-prone Mason Mount.
It's worth noting.
Are you ready, Cass, by the way? Thumbs up. Yep. Okay.
It's worth noting that Rojo wasn't injury-prone when we bought him. Neither was Phil Jones and neither was Mason Mount. He had that pelvic injury.
Because otherwise we're saying that the people who run our medicals don't know what the fuck they're doing, and these players are injured and getting passed on medicals, or we're allowing them to come in injured, but yet Ederson's just been given the boot. Like I said, it wasn't 100% done constantly because he had his knee issues, and we failed him. So maybe we are making changes, but the players we keep talking about are pre-Ineos. Right? Once they're in. Woodward fucked the club.
Besides Martinez, he came in under Ineos and he's injury prone. So yeah.
Yeah, so we need people on 200 or less. That's
but again, he wasn't. He wasn't
under Ineos, no.
Didn't he come in under Ineos? No, okay. He came in on the Tag, but
technically the Xerxes, Delict, Mazarawi, they weren't necessarily under Ineos. We didn't even have we had no one.
They didn't even have hard signings, weren't they?
He came 10 hard, didn't it? Martinez was 10 hard, but again,
all of them were 10 hard signings because Ineos didn't have everything together. We didn't have no director. We had
the Jean-Claude Blanche, and we had that 1% guy, the number 2 of Sir Jim.
Weren't there?
No, they weren't there.
It was Wilcox. Barada couldn't come. Barada came in at the end
later. Yeah.
Okay. Contract was done.
Yeah, that was it. We could only Ineos first transfer I would class as probably Dorgu.
Yes,
and that was before the data from Samsung was built up and the rest of it. So
then you're looking at managers, you're looking at profiles, and we've already missed profile constantly because we changed manager and formation. So that's all I was trying to get at. We go on about certain things, but some of it's out of our control.
Crap.
We've got to deal with the fucking shitstorm that we still got until their contracts run out.
Edison got cancelled because they found out about Tielemans. I'm convinced. That's why they cancelled.
I think it was the final straw. It wasn't. Let's see what we can do, because Tielemans is injury prone as well.
Yeah. He gets a couple knocks here and there.
It's the way he plays, I would have
said. That Ederson knee thing was bollocks. I don't believe 1% of it. Look at the other players that we're linked with. They're more injury prone than Ederson. Like think of it. Tyler Adams. Do you think we're really getting that? No, they want 55 million for a guy that gets a mad injury every year. Don't think so. Camavinga linked to. He's got an mate. He has a CV and a half. Sander Berg, if you want to go towards that, he's been risk-free for 4 seasons, but he done some crucial ligament damage before. And then
when he was younger.
These days, every central midfielder's had some sort of hiccup or knock. Manu Kone linked to him. Look at his injury extent. CV. Not as much as Camavinga, but there's a good CV.
Yeah, but Labour's been injured as well. I know he took a knock, didn't he? But it is worth it's pointing. By the way, the injury-prone players were saying we bought Martinez and he had a good record at Ajax. He was relatively injury-free at Ajax. He had problems there, but he's relatively injury-free.
Yeah, but then he tore an ACL. That's a career killer.
Yeah, I know.
Career killer. The surgery is not guaranteed. It don't matter how good the surgeon is. Best in the world, worst in the world. It doesn't mean your body's going to take it.
No.
Yeah, once that cartilage is out, boy.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
I was told I'll never play again, and I proved mine wrong. But
Mark, I'm staring down the barrel of an ACL, mate. I know I am. I can feel it.
You can, you know.
I know.
You just know.
I can feel it. I can feel it. When I'm staring down the barrel of an ACL, I know that.
You lot took an arrow to the knee. I hear it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So Cass, I want to know your take on this Mason Mount not us signing the third midfield option. You heard the debate. So,
can't trust
what's
it.
your take?
Can't trust it. Don't. If Ineos dares goes down, you know what? When you go look at Whitwell, his piece is opinion piece. Like, I think that's quite obvious if you actually watch Talk of the Devils and don't read just quotes, because he always says "I think," not "I know." Or it's coming from upstairs, like as he usually says. The word upstairs is that that whole terminology is finished. I'm hearing new keywords every day that I've never heard of before. I got a B in English language. I think I'm okay at certain terms, and then I'm hearing like yesterday with Andy Mitten saying amenable, and I'm thinking that's a first. I thought that was somebody's name. Do you know what I mean? I was amenable. I mean, I had to look that up on Google. I'm thinking I know quite a lot of words to describe a likeness or readiness or an accepting behavior or whatever it is along them line. Amenable is flipping out. This is how much they remix. They have to find. I'm so sure they got a group chat and say, what new phrase can we push out there to know or make it seem like we know what we're talking about in this situation, so we can continue as credible Manchester United journalists.
Cass, it's a toilet roll. It's a toilet roll. They got a toilet before the show. They got the toilet.
You could make an 11. You can make a first 11 of these keywords that I've never heard of this very summer.
Well,
so
we do it, Cass. You use synonyms, and we do it.
So
for that
I like
reason.
it because. You get educated. I suppose there's a benefit. And now I'm going to start using amenable on streams just because I want to now. But back to the Mason. Can't trust it. The issue is Manu always picks up some sort of knock, or it's always got some sort of fatigue going on over the last how long. Tielemans picks up a knock, not serious ones, but enough to keep him out for probably a number of games. Even though I think he got managed quite well last year, he's still injured. Yeah. Santos, we don't know what he can actually do or provide, but you can't rely on that. The issue with Mount, he's too similar to the other two. I wouldn't really want Tielemans where Santos is, even though he can do it. I saw him do it last year, so that's an option. And then also the likes of Kobe Mainu. The issue is with them two, they're not as good reading defensively as probably what Santos is. And also when it comes into Jules, I don't think they can do what he does. So if we don't get a fourth choice midfielder, we're fucked. Because when it does come down to the situation of, okay, one of them picks up a knock, and then you're relying on fourth choice, now third choice midfielder Mason Mount, that man is not staying fit. All these past managers have all loved Mason Mount or had it, or you see in the media that they really like Mason Mount. As soon as it gets intense, as soon as it gets intense, someone tackles him with a barge. The guy's finished. It's like, yeah, I know what's going to happen in training. He's probably got a niggle or something on his ankle. He loves an ankle injury, doesn't he? And then that's it. He's made out of glass. And I'll say it again, like as much as he done it there, What is Mason Mount actually good at? Name me his qualities on the ball, other than the half turn, which is fair enough, but
half turn and finding that
His short
pass.
game.
You know what I mean? That pass that no one else has seen.
and when
He's
he does
another
a half
Bruno.
turn,
He's a 10.
when he does a half turn, that's technically still off the ball until he goes on the ball. So on the ball.
Yeah, so his short game, Mason Mount's a short game player. He's not a long game player. He's a short game player. He'll get the ball. He's 10 yards max. It's what he does with the ball. And you need that player in there. Cash, you played midfield yourself. You know you need that player in there to drop a 10-yard ball rather than a fucking Hollywood pass. I mean, Jesus, I still put on a Wednesday night, we've got players who'll run a Hollywood pass all day long, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing? The quickest way to get up the pitch is 10, 15-yard passes. We all know that because we all play the game. And he's quite good at that. He is. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not. And I think people are totally misinterpreting what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody who can play the game, who's
It's also what he can teach younger players.
Intelligent. He's very intelligent, but we know he's been injured. We know that. And me and Mark aren't arguing the fact he's been injured. I'm not arguing the fact that you can't trust him. But what if he has a Luke Shaw season?
If
exactly.
The difference is with Luke Shaw season, which Trevor's going to, is a big gamble of an if, right? Luke Shaw had the affordability to not get up the pitch. You are a central midfielder. You better get on your doggy work. That's the way I look at it. You have to run. You are going into you will be receiving challenges. Luke Shaw was the one giving challenges. So if you're going to injure someone, it's going to pretty much be yourself from a stupid tackle or from the technique.
Which he has done, Mount.
Luke Shaw has proven more fitness in the last 3 years, not even just one season, than Mason Mount has for Manchester United in probably all collective 3 seasons. Even when Luke Shaw was out in January that time under Ten Hag, he still gave us half a season. What did Mount give us? Not even half a season. Pre-season, you said you can't read too much into it. Yeah. I want Mason Mount to succeed so we can sell him.
That's what I'm talking about. He needs to play well. He needs to be on the pitch.
The issue is the issue with him, though, I find, is that all his injuries come from training. You always hear when he gets injured, it's pretty much from training. Luke Shaw's typically because he held his hamstring on the game. You know he's injured. You know he's done. At least I'm getting an absolute definitive answer. Mason Mount looks like he comes off the pitch nicely, and then it's like, why is he not in the match day? He's held his hamstring.
Well, that's that one which says knock, isn't it? We never found out why he was out for that period of time.
Yeah. And don't forget, though, guys, like I said earlier, he's had a full pre-season for the first time since he's been at the club, a full pre-season. I don't know if that's going to work in his favour or not. You know, like I say, I'm not hanging my hat on him. He shouldn't be wearing the number 7 shirt. He's probably fourth choice anyway. I agree with Mark on that. I think he plays fourth choice. I don't think he starts against Hull. I don't.
He's getting sold anyways because of his wages. It don't matter how good he looks or whatever it is. He will never accept less than 250 grand. I don't think Ineos are going to like that. Eventually, if there's a suitor, he's gone like as soon as possible. I think, anyways.
So can we talk about that? Because he shouldn't be at the club. Ineos is set out their fucking two bad years. Well, you've been in 2 seasons now, and Mount's still been injured. He should have been your priority with Malacia to get out the fucking club.
Yeah, I just think you can't sell him because he's got no suitors. No one wants to take a chance on him.
And that's why all their rules and standards and all the crap Ineos comes out with, don't even listen to it. We're going to have to buy older players, Talisman, because we were only going to buy 25 and under. You know, now we've brought in Talisman, we've brought in other players that have been a little bit older. You know, 2 bad seasons, you're gone. Yeah, but not if no one wants you.
What if playing devil's advocate then? What if his metrics have been off the chart in pre-season?
I mean, there's only 2 games. Let's be real. The first game in attacking mid, you can't read too much into it because it's.
I'm talking the data side. You know the data side.
I know exactly what you're talking about on Wide Scout and things like
that. How long are those metrics going to last?
Well, true.
That's it. They change game by game.
Yeah, just playing devil's advocate.
My thing is with Mason Mount in that central mid position, if you were to have let's say, Cobby just as fit as Mason Mount in that time period or Tielemans, do we get a better Manchester United, and how much better? Because right now we're starving for a possession-based team that can control a game. Now, all of a sudden, you put someone in there who's way more comfortable and can offer more. I think your opinion probably changes astronomically, because you're like, wow, oh my God, we're controlling the game and absolutely bullying in a different dimension.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what we're setting up for. I still think we're setting up for
Mason Mount final ball is not good. Yeah, no matter how you want to look at it. You said it's in a short range. So when it comes to that pass in behind that can curl into the likes of the left winger or the right winger, can't do that. And the long ball is never there. So I would even say Santos's game is very short to medium from what I've seen so far.
He has a switch in him.
He's got a switch in him.
Yeah, he's definitely got a switch. He's got a switch in him, but he doesn't lay it off. He likes to keep it ticking, and I ain't got a problem with that. But my thing is with that is from that 8 area, is if you can be a strong ball carrier that can get you into the box like a Cobby, which is a bit different with a finish, that's a different asset. With Mason Mount, it's like, well, I have to give it short to somebody that's better at getting themselves into the box because I can't give a great enough through ball. That's why Lacey has to drop deep to collect it more time, because Mason Mount, as good as he's in between the lines, which I appreciate, because but I feel like we've got 2 other players that are even better in between the lines in a sense of that field and progression. That's why I say, are we starving and that's it? And that's what going off, because he might get scored against PSG, but if he looks good, then we can have another conversation.
I think the midfield went out the window.
I was about to say that we might be having a different conversation next week, depending on how he gets on this weekend at PSG. He might get absolutely battered. Who knows?
They won't have any of their front players because they're all French. So, and they'll still be out with our English players. So,
you're right. To be fair, they still have a good front line. I think they've now got Akalush, it will be a different kind of test towards us. They've got Kvaratskhelia, who would be up front for them.
Mbappe, Dembele.
He won't be there.
No,
that's what I mean. So they got
Mbappe. Yeah, they got on by the Senegalese winger. Trust me, he's very good. 18-year-old.
He's not Barcola. He's not Dembele. He's not.
You're right. Yeah, he's not Barcola. He's better at keeping the ball. For me,
they have no Theo Hernandez. They
might have Vitinha, and he might have João Neves.
Yeah, because Bruno's back, so they will have Vitinha and João Neves.
They won't have Fabian Ruiz. They got a good midfield. They still got a good midfield regardless. Their backline will still be Marquinhos, Pacho, Zabani, Nuno Mendes, and Hakimi. So they will have a good portion of their squad and youngsters that are, if you don't know, trust me, you're going to know about them.
They're a good side.
It's their first friendly. I think it's their first friendly.
Wait, we don't want context here. We're going to pretend that they've had a couple games so we can get gas when we smash them.
Yeah. So I'll bring context back on the Mount thing. I know it's something where actually I didn't hear it. I was waiting to see if anyone brought it up. Whole midfield went out the window with the Ugarte injury.
Can I just say, gentlemen, and I genuinely mean this, isn't it refreshing that we can all have a completely different opinion about one player? To me,
we all have the same opinion of him.
That's football.
Yeah,
it's footballing opinions.
You can have an opinion
without getting screamed at or something.
Without getting pissed off with anybody, we can have a debate, and because we all see football differently, and I love that fact.
I'm on this channel more than my own channel, mate. Trust me. So I'm getting better debates here than my own channel.
It's great. We've got Newcastle. Is he coming on, Jarvis?
Yeah, but he was at work until 4, so he would probably be ready about 5. So yeah, I don't know. I sent him the link, so hopefully he will join us. Stu, can you tackle the 2 super chats that Bank gave us? I want to play him. By the way, so that will have.
I'll go different.
I want to play him a.
Which one's my mission, pal?
I know.
Can I join in?
No. Yeah. Oh, look at them.
Have you got some? Excellent.
And also, I want to know your take on this tackle.
Have we done
follow
this
a
one?
page that's called Sunday League Football. So
Have we done that one?
I stole something from their page. Go subscribe to them. So is this a free kick or not?
Go on, go. What the fuck are you doing? Oh!
That's a
Nothing
brilliant
wrong with
that's a brilliant
Good
tackle.
Nothing
First
wrong
and
with
foremost, deserves it. Why are you dribbling like that?
it. I know.
You just see the length of the grass. It looked like he's
Yeah.
playing in a cow field, but
I'm not being funny, but you're asking for it. How can you scan the pitch twice and not see somebody incoming to you? You're crap. Get smashed.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And he wasn't exactly the smallest player on the pitch, was he?
No, it's just,
that was a great tackle. Do you know what I like though? The clap,
There
the
you go.
slap.
There's a satisfying thing.
to be fair, you would probably get a free kick for the fact of the speed
Yes, of the
of
tackle.
it all. You don't need to come with that speed, but I'm not being funny, but
Well, no, he takes the ball. The ball's well gone before he hits the player. The player hits him, I would have said.
It's still quite dangerous, but
Yeah, but the players, I mean, the guy who was dribbling.
it seemed quite clean to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just it's a proper challenge. I love those challenges.
Couple of super chats, gents, from Blank. He said, all past managers loved Mount. Where are they now? Anyone want to tackle that?
One's at Milan and the other one's I don't wait. Where is Ten Hag? Where is he?
Ten Hag's out the game now.
He's at the game at the minute, isn't it? Oh no, isn't he over in Mark? Isn't he over in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, if he's gone now, I don't know about it. It must be
I don't
recent.
know. He was, but he's out the game. It's also Blank. It's also worth pointing out that Mount is part of a squad, so you can't just blame Mount.
He's a technical director of FC20.
Oh, there you go.
Which is where he originally came through as a player and everything, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I knew he'd reappeared. And one for you, Cass. Cass says, good at modelling merchandise. That is a strength. What are you modelling, Cass?
Not me. He's talking about Mason Mount.
Oh, he's talking about
he's
Mason Mount. Yeah,
he's saying he's good at that. I mean,
Well,
I
he's
do a
got-
bit of modelling.
Most
Nor
people aren't.
am I missing tooth at the moment.
No, nobody can tell, mate. Nobody can tell.
I-
Thanks for those super chats, Blank. Absolutely brilliant as always. What else have we got?
What I will say about all the managers like him Mount.
So
as a
Raymond, a
coach-
couple of lads have talked about. Sorry, Mark. A couple of lads have talked about Ten Hag being at FC20, which is great. What else have we got? Go on, Mark. I'll have a look at chat.
I was just going to say, like, Mount is obviously a smart player. Like, you can't help it if he gets stuff the first time, and you don't need to explain to him all the time. Like, that's why everyone loves Bruno, apparently, as a captain. Oh, he's always explaining it. He gets it. He's teaching everyone else. But for me, as a coach, I'd rather have someone who concentrates on their own fucking game rather than telling everyone else what to do. But I think that's the only reason they all say he's a great player, because he can take the information in once or twice. And Stu, you talk about that a lot. Players who can play multiple positions and take the information out. Well, because at the end of the day, you kick the ball with your feet, you head it with your head.
Yeah, he's not a shit. He's not a shit footballer. Like
he's a fucking smart guy in football.
Yeah, he's not a shit footballer. My thing is, and always will be, is that he is at the time of buying him when we needed something proper in the midfield, like particular. We bought him, which pissed me off because he was at the top of my list.
Well,
and then it's the injuries.
We were covered in that position.
We had Casemiro, Kobe Mainu, and then they thought, obviously, Bruno Fernandes at the time. And then Ten Hag thought, you know what I'm going to add to this is Mason Mount. And it's like, why? Kobe was very young at that point, so he looked like it was more of a...
You know why Ten Hag liked him, don't you?
Yeah, because he used to play for him. Yeah.
Yeah, at FC20.
And it's like, I don't know how he thought that, Mount, Casemiro, and what's it called, Bruno Fernandes was going to be a good pivot. Yeah. At that time, you might as well went out there and bought flipping Tonali, even though he got banned. But I'm just saying, like, that sort of player. But the issue with that sort of player, you needed someone who was not only had legs, you needed a belabour type player at that point. If you wanted that free, it was just stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. King Carrick, did you put that message back in the chat? If not, pop it in, because I don't know what it was. It question, whatever it was. What have we got? Let's have a look, see what's... Oh, here we go. Black said he was Ericsson's replacement when the bald fraud wanted to. We don't talk about Guardiola on here, Blank. He's the bald fraud. Play that monstrosity of a 3-1-6 transition of a car crash. Yeah, which is.
I hate it. I hate it. The thing is, yeah, his way of playing is what most managers do, but it's just the way he executed it was absolutely atrocious. It was atrocious. It was the gaps used to absolutely infuriate me. The DM was so far away from the six, and then like even the guy was too far away from the defense. It made no sense.
Well, what his idea was put everyone in a half space between, and it's like we've got no one who can pass the fucking ball in. He's break the line to get it to him.
He's a fucking idiot. I want to say I don't have the players. We brought him in because we thought he was going to play the 10 Ajax way, but in the same breath, you had a lot of money to spend. You know, like you could have. I'm pretty sure the recruitment was giving players that came out like later. Anyways, he said you could have got that player, and you said no.
Yeah,
I think I don't know.
I think he wanted and was going to build everything around Thingy from Barcelona. And it didn't happen.
Frankie, Mr. De Jong. He did
even if we got De Jong without Casemiro, we would have still got smashed. We still didn't have a defensive mid, basically. It don't matter how you look at it.
Yeah, but he was ball retention. You don't need to defend if you've got the ball.
I hear it.
I was like, not in the Premier League.
There was still no one really that can, in the Prem that was physical enough in our team at that time to. It should have been him and De Jong. If you had the Casemiro and De Jong.
Yeah,
but then again, he would have been. De Jong that was a good miss because he would have been on hospital right now.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
Oh, good miss.
Well, it would have been both of them, wouldn't he? Brothers in arms, Frankie De Jong and De Ligt.
Yeah, God, times. I mean, De Ligt apparently is back training, isn't he? He's back on the grass.
What I will say is it's very coincidental when you look at these players. We're talking about injuries and that tonight. So you look at De Ligt, you take Frankie De Jong, played so many games when 18, 19. We're talking about Kone, all these ligament tears and things like that, overplayed at that age. Kobe Mainu, they're not playing him, but he still gets these knocks. They're not ready. They're physically not playing from the age of 15 with men like Wayne Rooney did. Do you know what I mean? They're playing up until these 20s and they're not playing against any adults because of the lack of reserve football. And they just don't know how to take the physical tackles and protect themselves. They just go from fucking out of the frying pan into the fire of the Premier League and get fucked up. It's the best way of putting it.
Cheeto's apparently got a lot of suitors in England and outside of England. And I just wonder where.
Yeah, me too, because I'd love to let him go.
He's going on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, on loan. I don't think he's making out United anyways. But I think he's
nothing against the adult teams when they played in the cup and that against them.
I think he'll physically develop into something brilliant. But you know, when you look at Man United, I just look at Sesko and it's like outside of that, it's like I don't think at Cunha or whatever. I don't think you're getting in. I think he's a flip.
I don't think Cheeto's getting in. No.
I think he's a flip. I know I saw Toby Collier and Dan Gore's ready for a permanent sell, which
Dan Gore's on his way, isn't he? Yeah.
You're not going to get much for them too because they're injury prone. So
not much.
Yeah.
Dan Gore is so when he's not injured.
Dan Gore would have if he was next up, man. For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good, Dan Gore. He has talent. Yeah, he's a good player.
He has talent, but he doesn't have the body for it. And that's what I try and get across to so many people. It don't matter how good you are. If you don't physically prepare your body, you're screwed. I'm telling you now, JJ is going to be another one of them.
We need to go back old school, mate. We need to. I said the other day on the show, Mark, we need the Premier League too, but it needs to be open age.
Yeah, it just needs reserve team football. End of. Yeah. There's so many pros to it. Well, we're talking about it down our end, Stu, bringing it back and getting rid of the 23s.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Got to be done.
No, Trev, I'm not having a quick ciggy break. No.
He's a snus guy, Joe.
Snoozing. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I had to go because I have kids and all of this. It's mayhem. It's mayhem. But I'm doing as good as I can. But sometimes I have to go because they're shouting. So yeah, it's just how it is.
I think I might celebrate.
I didn't get. Say again, because
How many have you got?
Oh, no, I was going to say, when Jack Fletcher leaves, I might generally celebrate quite a lot. I know it sounds bad. I just think he's talentless. I'm sorry, man. He just is just not that guy. So
it's
like
Jack. Is he the Scottish one?
No.
I don't know.
No, he's the
All I
English
know
one.
is that his
He's
brother's
the
better
English
than
one.
him, and his brother's
Tyler's the Scottish one who went to the World Cup.
Tyler's the
That's what I'm
Scottish one
saying
who
about.
went to the World
and
Cup.
even he's not good enough. I just need him out.
But that's why I think Tyler might even be ahead of Mount.
I think you sell
Tyler
one of
will get
those.
given a
you sell
chance.
both.
He's going on loan, mate. He's going to go loan to a Scottish team. Watch.
Oh, definitely Rangers to
Get him
sell it.
Motherwell. Get him Motherwell.
Go Hearts or something. Just
Well,
go
Hearts,
somewhere.
yeah, Hearts might be one.
Yeah. I wanted to wait for Strasbourg Steve to come on,
Yes.
but I we can't wait forever. So let's just go into it. I want to talk a little bit about Lewis Hall. It's a never-ending story. I'm what's going on? My computer is acting up. So this came out from Alex Crook saying an offer in the region of 60 million would test Newcastle's resolve to keep Lewis Hall. So again, we heard also Laurie Whitwell talk about the 60 million. So as I interpret it, it's an opening bid and we want to test the waters. We want to know, because as far as I understand all the reports, Newcastle haven't given us a price when it comes to Lewis Hall. And we are testing the waters, so 60 million. So the question is, do you think we will come anyway when it comes to Newcastle at the moment? It looks like they're not selling Lewis Hall. So for me, I'm not even sure what we are doing at the moment. So do you think 60 million will do it?
Well, we got told Tonali's not for sale. We got told after Gordon, remember, he wasn't for sale. And then they tested the waters. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, actually, we want 100 million. Remember that one from Tottenham?
Yeah,
They
and then it
said
dropped down to 85, somewhere in between.
Not for sale after a few intermediaries. It's like, well, if you want us to go, you're gonna have to put up about 80 million if you want him. I think that's the same case with Man United. We put up 60 million, they'll probably say, well, we want 70 million or something along them lines, 75 million potentially even. I don't see how you can have 75 million for Lewis Hall, though. That's when Bruno Guimaraes is 80 million. I don't see how that compares, but yeah.
My reading is if we want that deal, you've got to beat Arsenal to Guimaraes. That would be my
done.
I think it's done, yeah. But I think that's what we've got to do. I can't see them allowing Guimaraes and Hall at the same window. They might if we go in with a stupid bid, but I can't see it.
Did I not say this like 2 months ago when I first said that was the left back we would go for because he's the perfect replacement for Luke Shaw? Right. I said we wouldn't be able to go for Tonali, but if we wanted thingy, because they wouldn't sell both. Now we're on the thing. Well, we didn't go for Tonali. We're not gone for Guimaraes. We're now fucked because we took too long. And that's what United do.
Guimaraes, do we? We don't seem to be interested in Guimaraes.
No, but they were always going to go. The thing is, Newcastle can't bring in any money. They have to sell to buy. Okay, so they've got to do a Brighton, but they're not like a Brighton. They've got no way of doing it. So they have to get these players in cheap, sell them on for 100 million a pop. Isaac, Guimaraes, Tonali. He's probably expecting Hall to go. So why do you think your manager went, fuck's sake, what the fuck are you doing? I quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I reckon they're going to sell him. I reckon they sell Hall. I reckon
if they need to rebuild, they've got and when I say rebuild, I know they've been bringing in players. If they're looking at doing that rebuild where you bring the wage structure back down, stabilise, and it's the only way they're going to win with PSR, which Aston Villa have got to do something similar. Yeah, they've got. I think they sell all of them. I think you're right, Cass. I think 3, 4. Well, if you go with the last 2 seasons, they have almost 500 million in the bank in sales.
But they're still minus. Well, I've been through it with Jarvis and that. They're still on a minus. No matter how you look at it, they're still on a minus.
And that's what I mean. 500 million in sales, and they're still in the minus.
Yeah, they've spent over 700 odd million. It isn't quite 500 million in sales, but It's about I think it's about 400 odd. They're in about a deficit of like 300 odd million.
Yeah.
And they've just bought a new keeper. That was before the new keeper that they bought in for 30 million euros. So, and then they're looking at Angelo Steeler and that. They're probably a replacement for Bruno Gomes. But I think a left back's easy for them to replace.
So
I think they paid in somewhere in between 10 to 50 millions for the new manager to Al Hilal.
Yeah. There's 11 million euros.
11, 12 million, something. Yeah.
They can make that not come out their transfer.
That'll be
because it was a mutual consent. It won't be classed as buying someone out of their contract and won't come out.
Okay.
That'll be hidden somewhere. Definitely.
There's a way of doing it. I can't remember exactly.
I would say that's Guimaraes gone then.
Yeah, this report came out from Ben Jacobs, and he also followed up with this one and say talks for Bruno Guimaraes remain at the final stages with moments expecting to become hours and days. So it looks like it's getting closer, and Arsenal is putting this deal
but Arsenal moved
through the line.
Norgard, didn't they? They've moved Norgard on, haven't they?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, so yeah.
He never had a chance anyways. Lewis Skelly took that position. Simple as
Tell
that.
you what, I would have taken Norgard off for Arsenal.
No,
We're looking as a
That's the
backup over Mount.
Choice.
man.
You still rather have Mount?
I wanted Norgard when Brentford first came up. I wanted him ages ago when he was younger. You know, when you were talking about a few players of Brentford of old, about 5 years ago, there was just a few players. I'm like, he's brilliant. Like, he's really good at football. I'd take that one. Take that one.
Really good player, yeah, really good player.
Now I wouldn't have him. I think Yana was the one that was getting a lot more of the praise, and I was like, just because he was more of a big game player, and I was like, why? Like Norgard's the best player there, but yeah, he's 32 now, man. He's just
interesting.
Got a medal and he's fucked off, isn't he? So when Everton is probably going to suit him. You know what? When you look at Everton's team in the middle of the park, it's actually quite good. It's very different now. Very good. The options: Hayden Hackney, Norgard.
Everton.
Garner.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, he's built a lovely little squad there. He really has.
And
but that's what happens when you're not a big team and you can just go in and build those. Saying.
Oh, I tell you what, my man Barry up there, who can't score for Toffee, but fuck me, he can open up and hold the ball up.
Pun intended.
Honestly, Norgard is going to absolutely relish that. He really is.
I think he's a James Garner backup. Oh,
yeah, got a nice little side, Everton. He's slowly but surely under the radar. They put a nice little team together. I agree. Jamie says Chelsea have a buyback clause on Hall.
No, they don't.
Why is this not been reported?
It's not true.
It's not true. I know that factually don't.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Yeah, and there was a report today, actually, that Chelsea tried to make a bid for him, but he got rejected.
The first thing, apart from like Cass, who's just said he knows factually, but the fact they said we want him, and he went no. So there's no buyback clause because we wouldn't be a bid; it would just be a done deal. That's what a buyback clause is. Although, doesn't mean the player wants to go fucking there. You can have that and have an agreement between club. I'm sorry.
By all accounts, he wants to come to United, doesn't it, if you believe?
Yeah.
Raymond says, he's asking a question, actually. We don't need another Kobe. Are you lads talking about that? We weren't. He said we don't need another Kobe. What are you lads talking about? I don't think.
Kobe? No.
Who's another Kobe?
I don't know. I don't think we mentioned that, Raymond. Just drop us another message and let us know what you mean, if you don't mind, pal.
Well, because we were talking about Hull.
And by the way, Lewis Hall, this report came out. I don't know. Do you know this source, Cass?
I know this source very well. Funny enough,
Phillips Sports.
See, I saw that came out not too long ago. I knew this about 3-4 days ago. I shared something in the group, and now it's all coming to light. Last week, I'm not an ITK. I just get told news. There's people that just are in the know with certain stuff, and it's just I don't know everything. When did this come out though?
Came out today, I believe. Was it late yesterday?
I think this is an old report. I think this came out before Eddie Howe's sacking, if I'm correct.
Okay.
I certainly heard something about United being in for 50 to 60 million before he was sacked, and I think that was the final straw for him. So there must have been some strength to the rumor.
That's why I think he did go in the end, because I think it was the Bruno Gomes signing. I think that sent him over the edge. I think it's more than Hall, and then Hall probably just added more fuel to the fire. And he said, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. What happened last year? You sell fucking whatever his name, Isaac, which, to be fair, he got away with one with what happened with his season. But and you signed Beatzer. No, but that's what I mean. He had a bad season.
They sold Isaac and they bought Visser and Voltameda, and he never played Visser, which was like, you need goals. What are you doing? And then and also you thought, we know what's going to be complementary to these lot, and Anger.
So what was it? He was probably looking at what you're going to do if you sell these guys off with me. Well, I feel really good. I think the best midfield, hard work, not the best midfielders, but one of the best midfields.
No trio. You're talking a trio, though. They're a good trio, all three of them.
Because none of them should be playing in any of the positions they play in.
Exactly. And don't forget, old Joe Linton was bought as a striker, worth mentioning.
That's what I mean.
Well, I think Isaac, Mark, he didn't have a pre-season at all last season because he was dicking about going on strike. Do you remember?
Yeah, but then he got injuries and they fucked with his head.
I think you might see, not the old Isaac back, but I think you might see a player come back because he's too good. He was too good one season before.
So was Torres, mate, when he went to Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of life's big mysteries when it comes to football. It really is, because I couldn't...
The thing is with me is that let's compare the journalists. Luke Edwards, who talks more about, I think he's more emotional than actually journalist. Realistically, I don't think he's professional whatsoever. But he is one, I suppose. Luke Edwards, Keith Downey, Lee Ryder, and there's another one that I'm missing. But they're the main three that I can kind of pop up with. Now, with Bruno Gomes, a lot of them were denying, especially Luke Edwards, about there ever be an agreement or intermediaries or a bid. And to be fair, Luke Edwards was quite honest, actually. When you deep it, there was never a formal bid that was made to them. And today he got rejected. Apparently now they're saying, ESPN are saying, in Brazil are saying, oh, it's already been finalized. They didn't like how it was leaked, so they're this, that, and the other. I'm like, whatever, mate. How can you just, if it's going to be done, it's going to be done, whether it's on your terms or not. It's probably going to get done over. I think it's going to get done. But a bid got rejected, right? Allegedly. The whole Lewis Hall, though, they're all in agreement that they're not denying that, according to Newcastle reports, that they do not want to let him go or anything along them. There's been nothing from them lot saying that he's not for sale. That's only come from respect to them, but I think they're absolutely tier 5 journalists. They're absolutely washed. MSI Douglas and Pete Hall, just give it up. You're not journalists. They're rubbish. How does Pete Hall? If it was down to Pete Hall, fuck me, our team would be a super team. That's the best way to put it. They're not good journalists, and then it's like, then it's obviously outrage because it's the opposite thing to say from a speculative point to cause clicks and get drama involved. No one's denied that it's not for sale. Laurie Whitwell said he's not for. It hasn't even mentioned that he's not for sale. Neither has none of the Newcastle journalists. Neither has Andy Mitten. None of them has said that he's not for sale. We've all got on the same thing. The price looks like it's around 60 million, as far as we know. That's what they're all guessing. I think it is guesswork.
I think that's the maximum for a left back, a right back, full
but,
back.
But the premium, I think, will be is that Newcastle will probably demand 70 million, because at the end of the day, they have to make this, if they're going to sell Hall, they have to make it look like we are really demanding a high fee for him. They have to. They got no choice.
Okay. How much would you buy Hakimi? Don't just chuck numbers out. I mean, sensibly, Hakimi and Mendes
each.
Yeah. How much would you say they
in today's market? Right now, they're 80 million a piece.
So Hall can't be anything over 60.
Unfortunately, they're 80 million a piece in today's market because they are the best of the best of the best.
Yeah. So therefore, now price Lewis Hall against them.
I remember I say keyword this market. I don't think a fullback should be worth that, but this market, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. But that's why I thought it was good to use those two as because one's young, one's old.
Let me just add something about journalism, right? And as much as people might know what they're talking about, as opposed to people who don't know what they're talking about. It's how you write the language. It's the key element. It's how you write the language. It's the word usage. How you structure a sentence is the key, and that's what makes you believable or not. You could be an in the know journalist and put some clickbait out there, and people think it doesn't mean anything, but actually he's in the know. But you could be somebody out the know who really can put a nice structure together with
Good storyteller
with 20 words, and it's more believable than, say, a Laurie Whitwell. You know, I've just critiqued Laurie Whitwell's because I know he didn't write it. So, you know, he's got bad use of language in his reports. So, you know, he didn't write that. You know, he's spoken to somebody, he's dictated to somebody, and somebody's just typed it out quickly. So you can tell as a journalist.
It's obvious.
Yeah,
it's obvious with these journalists. Yeah, the R tier ones, they are holding back information. Andy Mitten gave it all away recently in his last 2 interviews. I don't know whatever you want to call it. Talk of the Devils, their language, the way they smirk at one another. If anyone watches it, they are holding back information. I think a lot of these journalists are holding back key information because they have been promised something by Man United.
They're getting paid.
I'm telling you now, when I said, I think 2 weeks ago on my channel, right, these journalists are getting paid by Man United because it's an Amazon season to shut the fuck up. As simple as that. Because it needs to look good. One thing I know with Glazers, and I think everyone does, right? They can't have any rubbish or tarnish on their name whenever they're open to these kind of sort of things. It has to be proper, otherwise it devalues the club.
Now, if it's Jim's contract,
mate, all of it, it's I don't know what you would call it. It's not a festival. It's like, what's that thing when you go out and there's like a merry-go-round and all that crap? Carnival, whatever it is, it's the same thing. It's kind of obvious that they're holding back. It's impossible that they don't know anything and it's all guesswork. You can't keep it tight-lipped that much. It's impossible. There's too many people and too many key factors everywhere. And the fact that Newcastle journals have given us more than Man United ones is absurd. So that's just, again, it's just an opinion. Call me a journalist now, maybe, but that's my observation. I think United are promising these lot something.
Well, didn't we talk about it a couple of weeks back with Romano, where he had been basically told to and given nothing by Newcastle. They won't give any information. They won't even credit him when he comes out with anything about their players or anything. Basically tell him to shut the fuck up. Don't talk about the players, because that's what he was been doing for years, wasn't it? Romano was getting paid information by clubs, and
he hasn't said a word. He hasn't said a word about Vinny Jr. I wonder why.
So United aren't allowed to pay journalists. Okay, not allowed to pay journalists. That's what I'm going to tell you. You can't do it. You're not allowed to. It's completely unethical.
No one can track bitcoins.
And any journalist shouldn't be taking payments from sporting clubs. You shouldn't be doing it.
Tell Barcelona that with their referees.
I'm just saying you shouldn't be doing it. It's completely unethical. And you can, I'm not saying you get struck off, because it's not like a bar that you get struck off from, but it's completely unethical. Secondly, it doesn't work for a journalist to get paid from a club. It just doesn't work, because ultimately you're then beholden to the club, and your reputation is in the club's hands. So you can't allow yourself to do that. You just can't. You've got to remain ethical in journalism. Now, Cass is absolutely
with their because of their doing a podcast. I think that's gone out the window. They make money from that.
They make money from
but they still have to maintain a strong relation. There is one that works with David Ornstein there.
Correct.
2 that work with David Ornstein there, and 1 that issues a public, not even a column. He does that yearly thing, Andy Mitten. That don't know what it's called exactly, right? But an issue. Let's just call it an issue. You can only get that. Yeah. You can only get that if you have good relations with the club. No matter how much you deny it, you won't be given that sort of information and insight if it comes down to it. Andy Mitten said we was never in for Tonali. I don't know why his names keep getting mentioned, and it came to be true. He does damage control. He has to. He's got no point. He's got no choice to maintain that strong relation. Same thing with Ben Jacobs. He knew at one point everything with United. He said everyone left. And I think United have cut him off. Respectfully, I think they've cut him off.
Well, I
Because
think
he's
he worked
becoming
for United stand.
No, well, one, probably, and two, he's gone down the TalkSport route and everything, and I think he was happy to sever that.
Yeah,
Ben Jacobs had a link, and I just don't think he's got any more. Everything he's kind of said so far when it comes to United's transfers have been so left. I think he's a good journalist. I think he's upgraded, but I just don't think he's got the United front. Same thing with Chris Wheeler. Somehow, some way, him and Nathan Salt have been cut from something, some sort of cloth. They haven't been good with Manchester United information as much. Nathan Salt gets all the youngster information, right? The academy, he's so clued up with that part. Luckhurst, they booted him off. He's gone. He's done. He will know a few things here and there just because, I suppose, because you can get.
Well, Luckhurst had the falling out before Carrick came in, didn't he? And he almost got banned.
It's not even that, guys. You take liberties, and journalists will take liberties because they've got to get the scoop. It's called a scoop in the industry. They've got to get the scoop. I've got to be the first one out there. You take liberties. You can't do it. You know, in MotoGP, World Superbikes, I get cut off if I started saying Valentino Rossi is coming out of retirement. What proof have you got? Well, I haven't, but I've just made it up.
You told me, but I can't prove it.
Yeah.
I think, but one thing I say about Jacobs, I'd say he's got a lot of good information when it comes to other clubs like Newcastle, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Usually was his bag anyways beforehand. Them sort of clubs. He's got a few clubs in his range. I think
he was better with finance around the London thing. So I always thought he had ties to London financing. So you know where there's stocks and shares, things like that. Because it was always the finance side of things he would talk about originally, not so much transfers. It'd be like, if this goes through, it will affect this. That's where they get their money from. And then he built more into the transfers.
Simon Stone. I've never looked at him as a go-to.
He's not credible.
He's not credible at all. I think, that's why it's so limited with Man United now to who to go to and who to listen to. Even Fabrizio, I'm sorry, but he's so off key. He's so off key. Even when it came down to Tielemans, and not a notion.
No.
Something's gone wrong there. I just don't know what.
Well, I think he had a good relationship originally with who's the super agent that died?
Oh, Raiola.
Because remember he made it big in Italy, and Raiola pretty much had half the superstars of Italy signed to him, didn't he? And then the rest were to
So the difference there, Mark, is that Raiola was the mouthpiece. Not the club. And Kerwin's just made a point. If you rewind the video back after, you'll see that I've made that point. So we're talking about power dynamics and how it works in journalism. So if you rewind back, you'll see I made that point. So the good thing about this season in particular for me is we're not going to know anything until it drops, and that's the best. That's how it should be. That's the best way about doing it.
Could be because of the Amazon thing. I think it's heavily to do with that. I think there's a lot of NDAs. If you
there will be a lot.
That's what I was saying from the start.
It was, to be fair.
There'll be a lot of embargoes. There'll be a lot where you cannot do this and you cannot do that.
Absolutely. Can you imagine if the fucking team sheet starts getting leaked and things like that under Amazon with Garnacho still at the club? Fuck me.
And we look like
but you guys are forgetting one thing, because when it comes to this, it's someone spotted someone on Manchester Airport, someone spotted his agent, all of these small pieces of the puzzle, and people lay the pieces together and make a case of it.
Well, like they did with Ten Hag,
that still
he signed all these players to his agency.
And say again.
Ten Hag got accused of signing all these players to the same agency. They're not under one person; they're under an agency that is owned by that person, and then multiple. So they will fly in for the deals because they got other players at the club. They don't go in for one deal. They're talking about multiple people. It's owned. That's what I mean. There was only two: Raiola and fucking Mendes. They were the only two super agents, weren't they? Really? Yeah. Everyone else is tied to some super franchise of a agency.
Rock Nation. now.
Yeah, or nation. Yeah. The price just landed.
Well, we still have Pimenta. She's a super agent. The woman who took over after Iraola, Pimenta. Isn't that her name?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
She's
That's
the
my
agent
point.
of Holland and all of the other.
If we go back to Lewis Hall, if you see the way Arsenal, I don't think Newcastle like the way Arsenal stuff and all their bits and bobs have been leaked. Look how loud that's been, and look how long it's taken. I think Newcastle, if it's to be true what ESPN said, they're obviously annoyed.
Is it Carrick being the champions though, Cass? We used to do it.
I couldn't tell you. Maybe it puts on the pressure. Maybe it doesn't. And I think United are trying to go down the route of maybe keeping it as respectful as possible, even if there are murmurs of Lewis Hall and prices and stuff. It's not outrageous. We don't know if we're in talks with them or not. As far as I'm aware, we've been in talks with them for actual flipping ages now. Funny enough, it's just a matter of when. As far as I'm aware, that's why I'm kind of not really bothered by it as much as probably the next person.
And it could be when. It could be we need to secure another left back before we let him go. We don't want to be left with no left back.
Amazon started rolling the cameras. Anyone just noticed that? It's started now. So by the time this month is done, I'm sorry, but you know how much of an arse United could look like with the Amazon deal? They're not going to say retract that. They have to bring in somebody that is like, this is going to change our season.
That's what I was saying in our group chat. I was saying the Marquee signing will be the last signing because that's the big TV blockbuster, isn't it?
Someone's got to come through the door. That's what.
Michael, how are you going to link all this together? You know, chatting and that, and they go, well, actually, we've got him for you. Fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Great TV.
If United don't get this one done, it makes us look seriously weak for the future as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it pans out. I do agree with that, and I do agree. Unfortunately, I don't like the commercials of the Amazon deal, but I think you guys are right. I think it's dependent on us with some kick-ass sponsorship deals. I think there'll be a training ground, shirt sleeve, and training ground sponsor all in one deal. I think that'll be monumental first. So
I said it the other day, Stu. It's mental. We're releasing a training kit, new kits. No fucking sleeve sponsor, no training kit sponsor.
I think it'll be a monumental deal.
What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, monumental deal that will. It'll be the first of its kind to sponsor the training ground, the training kit.
All for Amazon, for the cameras.
I believe it. I think you both are right, 100%. And I think we will get at that signing. I don't think Lewis Hall will be the one to do it, though.
No, I told you. I said it. It's Tchouaméni for me. You're going for a Tchouaméni level player. Whether it's him in midfield or a striker or what,
who knows?
God knows what they're thinking. But it's got to be.
We'll know after the Rodri deal, isn't it? What happens realistically, and if United are trying to go out there, but United have got no excuses. We have spent technically 30 million this summer. Technically, what are you telling me? You're about to get 100 million potentially, maybe even more from Amazon.
Plus the Champions League 100 million
guaranteed. Plus the sponsorships. I'm not trying to hear any excuses whatsoever.
And you only got to spend 20 million for a 100 million pound player.
The Betway deal's not come to life, has it? Yeah, apparently.
No, and that's because I think you're right. If there's a bigger deal coming, because Betway doesn't make sense.
Bigger deal. No, excuse me.
That was a big deal. It is.
Sorry, guys.
It was like 3 million less than the biggest deal ever, which was our one with Tezos. So.
Yeah, we were below it.
Yeah, because imagine we go from Lewis Hall to Robinson. Okay, brilliant. Then we spent, let's say he's 35 million, which makes no sense of a deal, anyways. If you're not going to go for Lewis Hall, it's going to be like 25, 30 million more. You have to revisit that area again. So when you deep the figures, I'm pretty sure if we're having these conversations, they're having the conversations. Then you've spent what? And you're going to let Xerxes go for about 30 million, 25 million probably, and these other little youngsters that would cover that deal. And then technically, when you think about it, you're going to go get a midfielder for about 50 million. You spend fucking nothing. Is it a year of the profits? Like, again, it looks, it's perfect if that was the case.
Camera makes no sense.
We got told that we are budgeting for 150 million midfield. That Lewis deal puts those two midfielders and himself as that 150 million pounds altogether, regardless. So that means you still got a little budget, even if you sell Xerxes and other little bits and bobs to say, well, that's going to fund the midfielder then, realistically. And you know what? If he comes in a little bit later, that's fine. I'm happy with Santos at the moment to start as our DM. So, and
Which I
Tielemans.
think he will. Yeah. I mean, I'll
Or
be honest
whatever.
with you guys. I don't see Tchouaméni as a marquee signing. I don't see him as I don't see him as a big fucking, you know.
I don't think none of them are really.
No, I don't. No, I really don't. I don't think there's a marquee signing out there for us at all.
We're not getting Tchouaméni. I don't think we are. And even
No,
with
I
the
think he
finance,
stays. I think he stays at Madrid. I think Mourinho will love him. He's a Mourinho type player.
100%.
He's more a Mourinho player than Rodri.
This is what I don't understand. It's a squad game, right? Oh, if Rodri comes, what happens to Tchouaméni? I mean, you have both of them. That's what happens.
I mean,
And you figure it out.
what a
Well,
midfield.
last time I checked, you've got an anchor, and you've got people think Rodri's just a 6, and people see Rodri get forward.
Yeah, I know.
He
Seen
does.
some of the goals he scored.
Imbeciles. That's how did they get the Champions League final goal? Oh, because he got forward.
beautifully in the middle, though, doesn't he, Rodri?
He's a conductor. And
But
then you think,
Tchouaméni gets forward as well.
and they say, what's going to happen to Valverde? Well, he's either going right back, or he's going to be played as a utility, or he's going to be somewhere on the flipping pitch.
No, they bought a right back.
Yeah, it's a
I
squad
was
game.
saying, Kaz, you might have missed it. I was saying it
Dumfries.
from they just bought Dumfries from Spain. Their side of it, sort of basically what they were saying is they renegotiate the contract for Vinny. Valverde goes because they put Diamande on the right, Vinny on the left, and Mbappe up front, Bellingham behind, two sitters in Rodri and Tchouaméni, and then your back four does itself, like you say. You've got Dumfries bombing up one side and new left back as well, isn't there?
We've got Cucurella.
Cucurella, yeah. So fuck me, Real Madrid is going back, not Galacticos. That's a solid team.
Fantastic side, fantastic team. They really are.
Whatever his name is, the centre back.
Yeah, last time I checked,
Rudiger.
Real Madrid always had like, not obviously, but they had a squad of 25 stars near enough.
Yeah, they haven't for a while, have they?
But the only in question thing about Real Madrid right now, and people point out, is probably their finances. But they're making some decent money from their youngsters they're selling anyways.
You can't ever question their finances. If they get in trouble, the king bails them out. That's the whole point of being a Real team.
Perez
whatever Real means the crown.
Perez finds a way, doesn't he? He always does.
This is why La Liga will never be huge as much as it wants to be. It will never, and you can't moan about the Premier League because we're doing things differently, like equal distribution, even if some teams get a little bit more than less, because that's been earned, right? And even the lower leagues. Have you seen what we're doing for the lower leagues? We're putting how much billion into it? Like it's
Extra.
don't be surprised in the next 5 to 10 years if our championship is on par with certain other leagues.
Yeah, we're putting an extra 1.7 billion in it to go right down to grassroots as well.
If I asked you, if you had a youngster, you would rather send them to the championship these days rather than Eredivisie?
Oh yeah, easy. Any day of the week.
Yeah,
we were talking about that, about loaning players out, weren't we? We were saying it's not worth going to Scotland and that anymore.
Guys, let me just interrupt you a little bit. I just want to cover this. There was a news today about us being linked to a left back option, and this one is Man United are seriously interested in Spanish left back Jorge Salinas as a plan B to Luis Hall. Salinas has a 16 million euro release clause and is prioritizing a move to Barcelona. So again, we might be competing to Barcelona. I took a quick look on this player. He's 183 centimeters tall, 19 years of age, left-footed, Spanish. Contract ends 2029.
Got release
can play as a left back and a centre back. Player traits is very strong when it comes to aerial duels, defensive contributions, and shot attempts. Touches is also good on the ball. And he creates chances, 45%. And if you go by his La Liga 2 record for this season, he had 7 assists and 30 started games, 2,600 minutes, and a rating of 7.06. And if you go to his FB referables per 90, his passing looks
crap.
Awful. Looks crap. But he's very good when it comes to duels won, almost 7 duels per 90. Touches in opposition box. Aerial duels won, he wins 2 in every 90 minutes. And defensive contributions and tackles. So, he's not an... I can't grasp my head around his stats because he has 7 assists and he looks like a centre-back. So Again, I'm not
Might
quite
be
sure
from
on this
because
guy.
of the league.
Could
He's
be
playing
from
in the
corners.
league too.
Flick-ons from corners maybe as well. He might be good at getting up.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
It's not.
But
Racing
if you look at
Santander
this,
are one of the best teams in that league. I think they were. I just came back up. Did they not come back up? We're talking about League Two, which is the equivalent of him being us signing a 19-year-old from low Div 1.
I'll tell you where there's a 19-year-old. His name's Harry Amas.
Well, exactly.
Like same thing. Guess what? He's about 180 centimeters. Even though he looks small, he's not. You know, he's just got a long.
180 centimeters wide as well. He's built, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just, do you know what I mean? It's just again, this. You know what that just screams? Barcelona don't want to pay the money. Get some journalists around. Say that we don't want to pay the money. We want to pay him a certain amount of money. Use Man United's name.
Yeah, but it's a release clause, so you know
they all got release clauses. Every player in Spain's got a release clause. Yeah.
Who was it?
And
Cook
then,
had a release clause. We didn't pay. No, was it Mbumo? We didn't pay the release clause. We paid him something different.
No, that means in Spain they've all got release clauses. Every single player has a release clause.
Yeah.
It's already come out. We're not interested. It's pretty much Lewis Hall or Robinson.
Yeah, I don't.
That's all.
La Liga
and we
2
had the,
is really poor standard. Really poor.
Is that?
And by the way, we had the Lewis Kelly rumors that came out yesterday, but other reports say today that sources insist Man United are not pursuing a move for Miles Lewis Kelly. So yeah,
I need to stop refreshing Lewis Hall news. I do it too often now. Like
nothing tonight, Cass. Nothing tonight, mate. Tomorrow.
So unhealthy, honestly. But it's going to be the same news probably tomorrow. And I'm just waiting for a David Ornstein.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to say Man United are exploring move for Lewis Hall.
Who's been quiet?
Cass, I've been on holiday and I keep getting David Ornstein, but Ornstein and then an E on the end. I'm like, fucking yes. Check it. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He's been quite quiet, Ornstein, last few days.
But that's what he does. That's why I like him.
Exactly.
He don't speak unless he needs to.
That's exactly right.
That's what when words have power, isn't it?
Yes.
You're only saying when you need to say it.
Say when you need to say it.
Yeah. But speaking from a hypothetical, this young Racing Santander left back, is he a guy to look at?
No.
No. La Liga 2, my old mate, is it's akin
really
to
poor level.
It's akin to probably League 1, maybe the top 2 in League 2. It's not great.
I don't know. I've ran out of ideas for left backs. I'll be honest.
Well, okay, Diego Leon.
No, his technicals are awful.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you're looking at a 19-year-old from League 2, Diego Leon's definitely still in with a shout. Harry Amas is still better than him. He's been playing in Championship, so definitely better level.
I saw a report saying United aren't. I can't remember who. Pretty sure it's someone we listened to saying that United have kind of made their decision on Amas. He won't be here for next season. He's going. If you're getting rid of Amas on loan or purchase, that just tells me that's because you've got a left back in. Otherwise,
I don't think
not necessarily.
I think so.
Remember Alvaro Fernandez? What happened to him?
True, but the thing this time is we keep talking about
left back in.
Yeah, we keep talking about Dorgu, about left back, but we've never seen Dorgu at left back.
A left back, no.
So that kind of screams to me, Dorgu is not going to be used left back unless it's last resort.
It's Mas
Otherwise,
I think
they've made their minds up on him. It's but even then,
if it was Masraoui, then we're still screwed because we don't have a backup right back.
Look, Yoro will start against Hull. I think we all know that because I don't think Dallo will have enough time to start. So I think Yoro will start.
Dallo's naturally fit though. He's one of those.
He is. Fit. He didn't play. He didn't play much.
Remember,
he's come back.
He's come back to training today. Not being funny, but we ain't got another game for another
week.
We played the week.
And we play Leeds the week later, don't we?
We're playing we're playing in just under 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure all these players are going to be fit as shit.
We play 22nd. We got PSG. Be interesting if Dallo starts.
PSG, Leeds and Milan. Is it Leeds and Milan?
Is it 3 games in a week? I don't think it is it?
No, 3 games in 2. We got 3 games in 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Well, actually, no, you're right. It is 2 weeks, to be fair. I'm pretty sure all of these lot will be fine. I'm glad that the club has prioritised left back over left wing. So that's one thing. And
Okay, yeah. So it's PSG on Saturday, Leeds on the Wednesday, and then Milan on the following Saturday.
And
then we kick on.
We go to Hull, don't we? Yeah. Then we go to Hull, yeah.
Then we go to Hull on the 22nd. So we got from the 15th to the 22nd to make sure everyone's fit and ready to go against Hull.
So the week before Hull is Milan.
You pronounced it very well, Jarvis. Hypothetically is not an easy word to.
Thank you.
So what you can do, Jarvis, is use hypathy. Just you can go with that.
Hypathy.
Hypathy, yeah, you can use that.
What does this even mean? I just saw this. I didn't even read this earlier. An offer in the region of 60 million would test Newcastle's resolve to keep Lewis Hall. What does that mean? What do you mean test their resolve? Does that mean that's just an opinion piece, isn't it?
Yep.
So test the resolve is, the use of the word resolve is opinion. So what the suggestion is that Newcastle will fold.
Put resolve on the bench. We build an 11.
We give them 60. Sorry, Grace. Of course, he'll be fine. Of course, he will. 60 million. You'd have been better off by testing the waters. It would have been a better phrase.
Yeah, but it's same with the term region of like 60. Exactly. Well, what's the region? Yeah. How big's your region? Are we talking Sussex, Lancashire? You know, their regions.
Somerset, which is fucking huge.
You know, I just need to do like it was with Mbumo. You didn't get the price down. It's going to be 70 million. You will pay 70 million.
That's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you will be paying 70 million, and you better be guarantees that he's. I just don't see how he's not worth every penny. But you would go and pay. If you look, you put your cards on the table. Clubs now know that you want a left back. Is Robinson really going to be 35 million? Probably not. They're probably going to ask for 40.
Well, what's 220,000 a year?
You wouldn't
get a week. So what's that a year? Fit 16, 17 million?
No, less than that.
What's that? No, it's only about 12. That.
Yeah. Is it only about 12?
And 12?
Yeah, 11 to 12, yeah. 17.
Luke Shaw gets injured. That's what you got to cover.
Yeah.
He's on 220.
You know what I mean? Just pay it. Don't argue over your difference. That's what your buffer is. What you think's this and what they say is that. That's your buffer. If he gets injured, that's the wages you've got to pay out. So.
I would look at Bueno from Wolves. He's not brilliant defensively, but he's good going forward. And he'll fit Carrick's system better.
Okay, no, he's on 205k a week. But that's because of the raise. But I don't know if this includes bonuses or not, though. So
no, won't include bonuses.
Yeah.
No,
won't include bonuses. They're undisclosed.
Well, let's put it this way, Mark. Your average match fee for United is 11 grand for first team players. 11 grand. That's your match fee. So fucking real.
Oh yeah, your appearance. You get appearance bonus. You get bonus. Your bonus is pretty much, mate. Clean sheet bonus.
Yeah,
wasn't Rooney on something like 20 grand a goal or something like that?
Yeah, you sit on the bench. Your substitute bonus is probably 5 or 6 grand a week. You know, it's nuts. It really.
Well, that's why I always laughed at the Jarvis. You might not have seen it, but the betting advert about the super sub. Is it Paddy Power? But the super sub coming on. Why is he getting warmed up? Why is he having an energy? Appearance fee. Because he's just gone from 5 grand to 12 grand. Get on the pitch.
Well, this is why I advocate an appearance fee, but a massive fucking bonus. A massive bonus.
Yeah, lower wage and a high appearance fee.
Exactly. Yeah, 40 grand or something like that. Because you would be available then.
Stu, it used to be that. It used to be more that way.
Yeah. It did. I totally agree.
But then things came in. I want to be a guaranteed first team player, things like that. So they paid them a high.
They started yeah. Rooney talks about it, doesn't he? When Carrick was saying that Neville was undervalued at 2.5 million a year, and then Rooney was saying, "Oh, well, I got 17." But then it had all started to change, hadn't it? Yeah. You know, people were getting 10 million a year, people were getting 11 million a year, 12 million a year, and stuff of that nature. So it just becomes that norm now. So to get
the part was they were playing in the same team, both available constantly, and you're like 2.5 mil to 17 mil.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, he was captain, wasn't he, Neville, at the time? You know, he was. But we've just got the Belton captain, haven't we, Tielemans, for what we paying him? 120 a week, wasn't it, or something like that? Is that right?
Yeah, but don't forget Mainu. People are putting out stupid figures, bullshit figures about his wage. He's only on 50, 70,000. I think it's 70k.
Something like that, yeah. But he
What,
probably
now?
gets
People are putting out he's going up for 150, 160, 170,000. I was like, where did he get the rest from then?
He probably
Well, that's
gets
not what he's on.
Yeah, he's
You've
not
only got to
getting,
go on transfer market and see what his thing is.
yeah,
See
he's
what
not
his
getting
contract
that
is.
amount of bonuses, I know, but there'll be bonuses and they'll push him up. So
Kobe Mainoo's on 145 now. It's
On the
7.5
latest one that he's signed, isn't it? That was like
yeah,
just
the
before
latest
end of
one.
the
He's on
season.
145. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
kind of normal because Lenny Yora's on a bit
Yeah,
less,
exactly.
Ahmad's on less. So, and he didn't cost you a penny either. So there you go.
yeah, he's straight.
Now he's
profit,
tripled his
isn't he?
wages. Because he
Yeah,
was under
he's straight
50k
profit.
before that.
Oh, he was on 35. He was on 35, Mark.
Yeah, he won't. Because that's the thing about Obi. Obi being on 30,000 a week, isn't he? In the under 18s and 21s. That's what they paid him to come from Arsenal. There's this weird contract that grows each year. So he potentially was going to end up on more than Kobe Mainoo and playing in the 21s.
Well, this and lies the issue, and I've told this story before. But when I worked at JLR and I was running their corporate team in retail, that Sam Johnson came in, hadn't played for United's first team, and bought a Range Rover.
Yeah,
cash.
I think it's hilarious that none of these journalists are talking about Lewis Hall. I'm sorry, but I'm just collectively going through the Newcastle tier 1s, 2s. None of them are denying Lewis Hall to Man United. There has to be
That's a
something.
good thing. Yeah,
That is a good thing compared to the Bruno Gomes stuff. It's just I need that. See that one there? That's more exciting than every single transfer that we can get this summer. Other than Sanderberg, maybe, but I want Lewis Hall.
I didn't know Fulham signed 2 players from Real Madrid.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, Gracie. We do know who vice
Garcia and
captain
fucking
is. Yeah.
Stalos.
Can we just point out that the vice captain is always a kiss of death? You never want to be vice captain. Ask anyone on the panel; they'll tell you.
Oh well, you do. You love the vice captain argument while I was on holiday with Liverpool.
Vice captain? Who the fuck's a vice captain? I've never had a vice captain in my life.
Maguire? Isn't Maguire vice captain?
The captain goes off.
I'm the vice captain, aren't I, Jarvis? On here, you're the skipper. I'm the vice skipper.
But did you see Slobberslide?
I'm too nice.
Yeah, him and Simicast. Yeah, that was a shit show.
Having over a fucking armband.
Well, I thought that was funny.
Real captains don't wear them.
Yeah, no, I thought that was funny.
No, I personally never listened to my captains ever.
No, I never have done, Cass. Mark will tell you.
If they started shouting at me, I'll be like, shut the fuck up. Like, honestly, just shut up.
Concentrate on your own game.
Yeah, I hate it. I couldn't stand them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite a few questions coming. Most of them are from Trev, by the way. But yeah, let's do a Q&A.
Let's do a quick Q&A. Maximum 15 minutes. It's getting late, and
you're thinking that Q&A now, yeah? Have you got anything else to finish off?
No, I don't have anything else. It's a slow news night, so let's just go into the questions, guys. And if you have any more questions, it doesn't all have to be about football. You can ask Mark where he went on his holiday, or what's Stu's favorite drink, or whatever. It's everything is allowed, and we will do as best as we can. So guys, get your questions in. I will play you a short little jingle, and we will get going with the Q&A. So where is it? There is the Q&A. It's Stu and me when we were young. All right.
Q&A. I'll get in the hot seat. That's it. I'm in the hot seat. Before we go into the questions, I've got a question for you guys, and I would like a quick answer. What constitutes and who would be your marquee signing, Jarvis?
We need Junior or someone in that bracket? No, I don't know. Sanderberg would be a marquee signing for me. I'm at that level. My expectations are so low for the remainder of the window. If we get anyone, I will be happy. But let's see.
Yeah, Mark.
Well, marquee signing is the one that every little kid has to have his name on the back of the shirt, isn't it? So I've said Tchouaméni will be the marquee signing, so I can't really go from it. But I don't really think there are marquee signings out there anymore, apart from just big names, and a lot of them don't live up to the hype. Maybe Bellingham. Really, at the moment, if you're an English club, Bellingham would be a marquee signing. Do I think we'd go for him or get him? Obviously not. But
No, fair enough. Cass?
No, just give me Lewis Hall.
There you go. You say, and that's the thing. The reason I asked that question is, if I asked you 10 years ago what would be a marquee signing, you'd all go, well, Zidane, Figo, depending on which era, or you go Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Messi. You'd list them, wouldn't you? You would list them. There'd be a list as long as you're fucking on. Now,
I got one. Kvaratskhelia.
See, I've got a feeling if PSG do the treble Champions League this year, could he move on? Could he move on? I'm just saying.
United fan, that is a fact. There's pictures.
I'm
just
saying, right? The amount of wingers that there could be available next summer because either they want to move on, a new challenge, or there's just a lot of potential getting fulfilled. Antonio Nusa as well looks like he's staying, which I'm glad about, to be fair, because no one's picking him up at the moment. Just saying, it's just
you never know.
It might be a blessing in disguise. Rashford has he gets to go off on good terms, maybe.
Well, yeah, I've said that all along.
Interesting. Right, guys, let's get into Q&A. King Carrick has got a question. Jarvis, this one's for you. Who was worse, Mount or the bar's low on this one? Jesus. Who's low, worse, Mount or Sancho?
Oh, my God.
I bet Sancho played more games than Mount. That's the few he could be asked playing instead of. So that's a really good question. Basically, who's worse, Mount or Sancho?
For me, definitely Sancho, because he had that attitude 100%. And also, when it comes to talent, I think Sancho had the bigger talent and he could have done so much more with his career. And I bet you he will regret it when he gets older.
Good answer. Hasn't found a club, just out of interest.
Yeah.
And still. And it's mid-August or start of August. Mark, question to you from Trev. Did Mark fund the aliens he was looking for on his cruise? I think it's, did Mark find the aliens he was looking for?
No, he funded the Glazers. That's what that meant.
The aliens, yeah.
Yeah, no, I found dolphins, if they count. They're all kind of. Yeah, dolphins following the boat and that.
Ooh, dolphins.
But, so some people say they're aliens, I suppose. But no aliens there, Trev, mate.
Oh, what a shame. Trev's gutted. He's crying.
And just so you know, Sancho played 83 times for Manchester United, apparently.
We have 10 questions from Trevor, so we better mix it up. So let's... I see we had a lot of questions coming in. We have questions from the Primat, Kervin, Viparellis, Story, Belal. So, yeah.
Trev, we'll come back to some of yours, although it was a good one anyway, about football corruption. So, Cass, one for you. Bruno was vice captain under Maguire, and now Maguire is vice captain under Bruno.
That's that's a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. I think so, but as Grace will point out, so is Dallo been named vice captain as well.
I don't care.
We don't have vice captains. We have a leadership group, so they're all vice captains.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Cass doesn't care. Jarvis, one from the Prim up for you, if I can find it, because I did have it a minute ago.
Oh shit! Is that all comps or Prem? Because
it's
that
just
would be
an over or under. We'll go with season. We'll go with season. Jarvis, over or under?
Only 20. The Prem or all comps?
I don't know. He's not said. So say all season,
comps.
All season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, from me.
Oh, nice. Mark, yes or no?
If that's all competitions, then yeah, surely 20 goals is easy. With Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League. What did he go? 11 last year.
12.
12, and then you played 20-something games.
Yeah, played. Yeah,
you're looking at what that's like 1 in 3 with him out.
Watching Sesko, there's something about watching. I love target man. Yeah, see target, man, for me, there's something exciting about Sesko for me. Every time I watch him on that pitch, I just want him to score more than anyone. I don't know what it is. I'm going to say...
Cassie proved me wrong. I didn't think he was going to do it. And then the goals he was scoring, I genuinely didn't think he was going to come in and do what he did.
How about this? I'm going to be the quirky one and say he hits... does it go over or under? I'm going to say 20.
Fair enough. No. I think he goes over 25.
Watch when I say he's going to get 16 Prem goals and probably 4 in the champs. Because I think Mbeumo or someone else like that would play a little bit more.
FA Cup.
I don't think he's going to get. I don't think he'll get.
I actually think he will do better in the Champions League.
You know what?
Because of the tempo. I think he will score
over. I'm going over.
Oh, can I just point out, Rasmus was barely a goal a game in the Champions League.
I'm going to say it now. We're getting to the semi-final.
Yeah, we'll do all right. Quick question, the Primal. Quick question, just around the table. Cash, your favourite film of all time?
Fuck's sake, I hate this question sometimes. It should be easy because I do have one. Yeah, I do. It changes every year pretty much, but it's got to be Lord of the Rings 2 Towers.
Oh, nice. Mark?
I'm fucking blown away by that. I wasn't expecting that from...
I'm a nerd. I'm a proper nerd when it comes to that. So
I'm a nerd, but like
proper nerd.
I just didn't see that coming. For me, my favourite film of all time, I have 2. It's Bad Boys, the original Bad Boys.
Shawshank Redemption.
No. Or Rocky, the original Rocky.
I've got 2. Bad Boys, the original one, and also Patriot Games as one of my favourite films as well.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is the greatest trilogy of all time.
I will give you that.
Better than Batman, better than everything. Lord of the Rings is I know everything. I know it. You could talk to me about the first age or the second age. I will know it.
I just know Andy Serkis. That's it.
Oh, fair.
I know my other half's called Laurie and from Lord of the Rings. So that's why you took me back by saying it. Like in my household. Look.
I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings, but I keep getting told I should. Right, who wants this one? Mark, for you, question from Story, and he says Bruno must be rested, which I tend to agree with, by the way, with so many matches. Who will be your number 10? Mark's going for this one, Jarvis, but I've got one for you anyway.
Okay.
I already know what game he won't be playing the cup matches, as in Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and I don't know what's going to happen. Is that your Mount? Is that your Lacey? But yeah, you got to give people chances. But it's hard to say, isn't it? Because that position is going to be who's fit at the time. That's the only thing. Cunha can play there, and Mbeumo can play there. Ahmad could probably play there.
Play where? Mbeumo could play where?
As a 10 behind Sesko.
Oh, God forbid.
But you wouldn't play the same football, would you? That's what I mean. You wouldn't be looking at someone who created it. He'd be playing a proper 10.
I'd rather see Santos go in the 10 or Tielemans go in the 10 before I see Mbeumo.
Yeah, but Mbeumo played off of Tony.
Yeah, but it was a very...
And he didn't play wide.
It was very different. If I'm going off Carrick football, I'm sorry. I think I'd rather watch Jack Fletcher in the 10 than Mbeumo.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it would depend on what players are available.
But the essence of the question is you would rest him.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I always say he needs resting because no player can play at that level every game. So you've got to take him out.
He's going to play every Premier League game. He's playing every single one. He's going to play every single Champions League game. That's good enough.
And then you just take him out in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. That's fine.
Okay. Story. I hope that answers your question.
Until the finals.
Dubs United's got a question for you, Cass. And he says,
Cass with a K.
Yeah. How many more signings do you think we get before the window ends?
I think it's just 2. 2 will do. I think we only need 2. I don't think we need more. Rashford is basically a new signing. People got to remember Darlow is actually a signing, whether you like it or not. It's a backup goalie that's good with his feet, or good enough with his feet. He's all right. No, yeah. It is technically a signing that was needed. Even though it's not spectacular, it's still a signing. Yeah. I think we only need 2. I like the thought of youngsters like Shea Lacey taking up a spot like that, rather than going out there and buying somebody that we don't need because it's crap. So yeah, I'm all for Shea Lacey. I think that's going to be the only inclusion.
Lovely. Jarvis, before you answer this, there was a question that we've all answered on the panel. What is your favourite film?
Star Wars or The Godfather for me, or some
Oh,
of
you
the
like
mafia
Godfather?
movies.
No,
The
no.
Scorsese movies, Goodfellas or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, Goodfellas.
So,
Yeah, no problem
yeah,
with that.
Goodfellas is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to know how you made the Q&A jingle.
AI.
Hey, no, well, it's a program. What's the name? It's called Place It or something. Place It. Yeah. So I made it on Place It. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Very quick question. I can answer this. Where we probably no. In answer to your question, we won't bring the Daily Jackson back unless we are linked with him tenuously. Then the Daily
He's
Jackson.
signed though, hasn't he? Has he not signed for someone now?
No, not that I'm
No,
aware
we
of.
haven't. No,
but I
no.
don't believe so. We could do the Daily Lewis Hall though, just to cheer Cass up.
Yeah.
The what?
Then I have to make a jingle.
Daily Hall.
We could do the Daily Lewis Hall. So every
No,
time
I don't want no jingle. That is secondhand embarrassment.
It's not a jingle.
Yeah, I don't know. It just throws me off every single time. I don't know what it is. Just just
Daily
funny.
News.
Let's see what else we got, because Trev got a nice one, and he said, Trev, we got this will be the last one then, guys, because Trev's got about 20 questions in there. Starting from you, Jarvis, what's your favourite era in football, be it personally or professionally?
Premier League in the 90s, obviously the best time, when there was real competition and real men. So yeah, I miss those times, miss those days. Premier League
You're
in
not
the 90s.
specifically talking about Manchester United winning the league all the time. You're talking about the quality of the football.
No, the Premier League, all what happened with all the other teams. You have your Villas, your brilliant Leeds teams with Tony Yeboah. You had, before Abramovich, Chelsea with Gianfranco Sola, Torian Brayflow, all of them. I think there were so many brilliant games. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Newcastle Liverpool games.
Oh, yeah.
4-3, 4-3, 4-3.
I don't. People would call us
5-4.
nostalgia. People will call us as nostalgia merchants because United are not great these days. But it's not even about that. It's the amount of 2000s as well. Well, for me, I'm gonna say it's just fuck me. Take your pick. Take your pick.
I will go. 90.
Whoever did anyone win a Champions League back to back in the 2000s? Don't think so.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. What was it?
Real
Which
Madrid, the only
year?
ones, yeah.
Zidane was 2005, 2006 with the volley from Zidane, wasn't it? And I think they won it the following season. From that.
Scotland.
Well, I'm pretty sure Milan won it the following season, or was it Liverpool won in 05-06? No.
I can't remember, but it was always someone. You are right; it's always someone. But for them to have got 16 since it changed,
They won 5. Yeah, they won 5 in quick succession, didn't they?
Yeah, but for me, it's like 95 through to about 2005. Actually, more probably 97 to 2007. Some of those teams didn't matter where you were. Germany with Dortmund, forget France, but Ajax, Milan's, fucking Juventus, Spain, England. Every team had a fucking world beater in them. Proper world beater.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn a little bit between the late 80s and the 90s. And that's because I was following the club. And I was following the club home and away. I could get into any away game that I wanted. I get into any home game that I wanted. The players were quite accessible. We were playing some great football. We had some okay managers. Fergie obviously coming in 86. But we had, Ron Atkinson wasn't the worst manager. He did wonders at West Brom. But I like the fact that Birmingham used to compete back then, and Wolves were good. Villa were good. And
FA Cup.
Yeah, there were some really good teams. Everton were good. Everton had a couple of local lads who used to play, from Shropshire, and also don't forget, fellas, the School of Excellence was up the road from me as well. So
what's it called? The Cliff
at Lilleshall. And the England players used to come there as well at Lilleshall. So that was a great time for me. But it's more memories about the game and watching the game. And, I learned a lot by watching as well as playing. So that's it.
Have any of you ever fallen out of love with football in the last 20, 30 years?
I hate modernism. I hate modern football.
Anytime Liverpool's won a league, yeah, there you go, done.
I don't like modernism.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm too giddy to fall out of love with it. I think if he was winning, it'd be a different situation. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I always put myself in a stupid situation that gets me cussed at the end of the year.
Because I think a lot of people do, and they don't admit it. That's why they get so negative about what's going on. I'm talking about decisions, not when it's not even your club, and you finding a reason to fucking start an argument over it. I'm like, you're just not enjoying this modern whatever era it is of football. Wait till the next one comes around, and it will.
For me, I've seen our trajectory. I've seen us be successful. I've seen us be really, really poor. You should have supported the club in the 70s. It's fucking abysmal.
Actually, yeah, you got a right point. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, towards the end of that tenure, that last 10 games, wherever the hell it was, I couldn't wait for him. I admit, I couldn't wait for him to get sacked. I couldn't watch a game. I was generally
that's what I mean. Like, you're falling out of love with what you're seeing, and
it was just
better not to watch it.
Right, gents, we'll finish off with, I know we've got other questions, but we'll finish off with a super chat. And there's a Jarvis super chat. Oh, I think you can.
Question. Most hate. Oh, well, there's only one, isn't there?
What's that?
The most hated.
I think Blank has given so many super chats today, so he gets 3 deadlifts from Delict.
Yes.
3. What? Fucking injuries back doing that again.
You could have done 4.
So that weren't the best.
Question, Jarvis, what is the most hated Star Wars character?
Oh, there's so many of them now with the new Disney Star Wars. So
what about the original ones before the Kylo Ren and that crap?
Let's start the 70s.
And then it has to be Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. But in the new ones, I think it must be the what's her name in the Obi-Wan series, Reva or something. The Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I think she was terrible.
Yeah.
Who's your most hated? Just out of curiosity.
Mine.
Yeah.
I said Reva, the Inquisitor in the Obi-Wan series.
Is that the black girl?
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. I'm truly sorry. I don't know why he did that.
Who's hated? Mine probably. Oh fucking hell. Darth Vader. No, I thought he was elite.
No, I love Darth Vader. Mine's going to be Jarvis. Peter Cushing played him. Come on, in the original one. No, Pete Cushing played the commander.
The
grey hairs. He was absolutely amazing in it. Him. What's his name?
I know my one. He just pisses me off every time.
Jarvis, what's he called? Governor Tark.
General Tarkin.
Governor Tark, or whatever it is. Him.
Governor Tarkin. Yeah.
Yes, he's the one for me. Yeah, he would be mine. Back in the one in the 70s. If I had to go modern day, you Jar Jar Binks by fucking far.
I've got 2. Either C-3PO, fucking useless, or Obi-Wan. Fucking hell, just what a bitch. Just what a bitch. I'm sorry, just no bollocks in that guy. Just I don't know why people like that character. Just do something, please, other than trying to talk sense into everything. That pisses me off. See, over positivity, right, makes me sick. I've got a friend like that in my friendship circle. He's so positive that someone has to be negative to balance it out. Yeah, Obi-Wan for me, it does my head in. It's just, yeah. You could have ended. It's his. People don't realize. I know you live with guilt, but it's your fault for a lot of it. Like all the shit that happened is his fault.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite characters is, and it was in Rogue One. That's Saw Gerrera, because I quite like Forrest Whitaker, the actor. I thought he was excellent, absolutely excellent.
Obi-Wan does my head in, man. I hope Darth Maul. please kill him next time if there's ever a revamp.
Darth
Right.
Maul.
Yeah.
Obviously, I
Never
think Jar
dies.
Jar's my least favorite, but if you've watched the new Mandalorian film, that is the worst
Brilliant.
thing ever made.
What?
I haven't seen it yet.
I ain't watched
Matt-
the film, but the series is brilliant.
I love this cast. Don't watch the film. Don't
I haven't
watch
seen
it.
the film yet.
Yeah,
It'll
whoever's
ruin the
I know
series.
it's
The
not,
series is superb. You're watching a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, I've
Just
not
dragged
seen
out
it. I've not seen
constantly.
it yet.
It's terrible.
Gents, that's it for Q&A. There was some questions that we didn't do, so apologies for that, but we only get a certain amount of time that we can do it all. So, my old mate, I'll hand it back to you.
Yeah, there were some good questions from Bilal, some from Iperellis, Stas,
Yeah,
all of
we'll,
you guys. Thank you
we'll keep-
for
we'll keep them-
coming
we'll
in.
keep-
We will try to, Stu will try to prioritize you guys next time.
100%.
Yeah, it's been a good show. I think we covered a lot, and I want to thank Cass for coming on, Mark and Stu, as always. You guys in the chat and people, if you haven't, please do us a favor, smash the like, and a special shout out to Blank for all his super chats. I think he given
many.
1, 2, 3,
Too
4,
many.
5, 6 super chats. Blank, thank you so much. You are a legend on the channel, and top contributors in the chat tonight is Blank, Trevor, King Carrick, Das, Slice of Sib, Is It Just Me, Viparellis, Tom Porter, Dave, and Abdi. So thank you guys. It's brilliant to have a community like this. And guys, Stu and I will be back on Tactical Devils Thursday, 9 p.m.
Thursday, yeah. We'll be back Thursday.
Thursday,
yeah.
9
I
p.m.
forgot it was
And
Monday.
yeah, it's Monday. It's
I
Monday.
thought it was Monday.
So when are you next live, Mark?
Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. First showing of the new backgrounds and everything for the channel, what I've been working on over the since before the World Cup started. And all the additions for the FA Cup and stuff like that to come for next season. But, I've had 2 weeks off now. I'm ready to go.
Cool. Nice. And Cass, when will you be on next so people can tune in and watch your show? Do you know?
Probably tomorrow. Hopefully, the fucking Google AdSense, sorry for swearing yet again, is up and running. It's under review, so hopefully by the morning it's accepted after about 10, 11 days of.
Fingers
Can't even
crossed.
get. How about that? Blank can't even super chat. He's probably wondering why he can't see. He probably thinks I banned him.
Yeah. It's Google AdSense. It's so important, so monetized channels can get paid. So yeah, hopefully it works itself out. We have 112 likes. If you haven't, please smash the like and press that bell notification so you will know when we go live next time. So thank you guys. See you next Thursday and have a good night.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta.